roguish knave.
I played it, like,
Okay,
like
and
I was gonna say, I think I used to play like more just like one class.
Keyboard's my first goblin, and ever since then, I always just want to play more goblins.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need the chaosness of it.
That is true. I pretty much exclusively play tieflings at this point.
Can I see your commander? Sure.
so
Right?
hold on. Somehow. So then, I think so. We're good. We're starting. You guys can say hi to Ty if you.
Hi, Ty. What's the question?
If you, I have a.
You thought of that.
You
before,
already
though.
thought about it.
Okay, if you could eat, I'll adjust it. If you could eat any dice, what kind of dice would it be? Would it be like?
What is the question?
No, it was like what type of dice? This is like what kind of dice? Is it regular dice? Is it squishy dice?
Oh, I was
Is it?
imagining like which like.
No, I'm thinking like D4 would be the worst
Yeah,
one.
personally.
Well,
I'm
yeah, that was
thinking-
what it was originally gonna be, but I thought about
No,
that.
see, okay, but I actually like the original question better, so
Cool.
we're gonna go with the original question. But pretend that someone else asked it. Pretend that
I
Mike
asked
didn't
it,
ask.
definitely.
Personally, I'm going with D12. I feel like I wouldn't miss it.
You wouldn't miss the D12?
I would do D6 because it's like a sugar cube, and you can get the baby ones, and they're like baby sugar cubes.
Yeah, but like D6s are really useful. I feel like you
That's
almost
why you
never
gotta
use
use
Yeah,
D12.
that's why you
them.
have a bunch of them.
Yeah, you
Oh,
have a
I
whole
see,
pack.
so they're
You eat a
replaceable.
row, you use
Yeah, but
a
you almost
row.
never use D12.
If I had to, I would choose the D100 that is like microscopic, the little version, because it's the least likely to
Like a
cause
giant,
health
like,
issues.
what are the things they had in
So, yeah.
I want to get like actual
Godfathers?
edible dice though, and just bring them one
never
day,
watched
and then
Like-
they
You never watch Ed and Ed?
Dice candy?
yeah, they make dice candy, like they
It's
make
the
sugar
best show of all
dice,
time.
so that
It's
way
fun as
during the
shit.
campaign
It should be a thing.
you could like trip somebody up and just be like, oh, this dice didn't go well, okay, and then just eat it.
I was talking to
We should do. We should really think this one through. That's fun. Okay, are we ready just to? Okay, so, and stuff. Always start inarticulate, and then it can only go. You can only get better, right? Isn't that how? Right?
I suppose, yeah.
Okay, so we're floating on the ethereal plane. You all just finished encountering a gravitron titan and his good friend Kalamara Janar. So that was fun. You, I believe, were sending them off along with one of your with Inverse.
Inverse took a ship.
And he took one of your ships.
Yeah, Inverse is dead.
He didn't leave anything, he just
Yep.
took something.
I know.
And some of you on the inside are a little sad that you're not going to see how this Gravitron Titan's going to solve
Yeah.
whatever issue it had. But you guys did help fix it, so that was cool. Not knowing whether it was friend or foe.
I flew everyone.
I feel personally attacked by this.
Yeah.
You did stuff.
Okay. I did
Meadow
original-
discovered some cool lore about the world.
Really cool lore.
Meadow's responsible for more than a couple hundred XP for the party because of what she discovered. So, because we did, easily a couple hundred. I haven't done the math yet.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, so that was good.
I was gonna say, Meadow definitely helped.
yeah.
Some of us were
So,
perhaps a little low.
so while productive members of the party were solving a problem, Max's character, the Duke, was learning how to float and fly and use willpower to guide himself through the ethereal plane. So that was fun. Having heard about rumors about it from your current patron in the Radiant Citadel.
I didn't take the wing that lets me cast levitate at will, so now I'm kind of feeling.
I can fly.
Yeah, me and what's your guys'
You can
name?
levitate.
Donovan
at this
Coppola.
point.
Donovan. Me and
Yeah.
Donovan are bros.
You can levitate at this
Thank
point.
you.
Still more than you can do.
You're watching it
I mean, I
right
could
now.
cast
I never
levitate,
bring a charger.
but I'd have to use the spell slot, and I don't want to do that.
Are you watching
So-
it right now?
Yeah, I wanted to make sure they couldn't see me playing Bloons Tower Defense.
Oh, did you just open up the live stream?
Are you playing a game right now?
He always plays games.
Oh my God.
Whatever. That means I'm failing as a D. No, so anyways, the struggle's real.
My phone's at 12%.
What kind? Do you need a USB-C?
I need an iPhone.
I have an iPhone.
Oh, now
iPhone.
Part of an iPhone.
I cannot help. So while you're finding a charger,
Oh wait, this is a USB-C.
Gas.
Give me a second.
Max has it
And it's
with the win, and it's super. Yeah.
Wow.
That was almost useful.
With that, you all just finished with the Gravitron Titan. It is heading off toward Banshee's Repose, that floating place of healing in the ethereal plane. And as you all float through the ethereal gray, you watch as the Titan and inverse with one of your ships disappears into the gray mist of the ethereal, and you continue heading toward the shadow
I
fringe.
feel like you're usually supposed to get rewarded for doing good things for other people.
Do you worship the goddess of luck, or like? No. Actually, that's completely irrelevant in that case, because that would be the opposite. As you're floating through, so you guys were heading toward your original goal of, or some of you's original goal. Some of you got dragged along due to,
Friendship.
yes, or bad behavior in the citadel. I don't know, whatever you see.
Not my bad behavior.
That's true. But yeah, so you're floating through the ethereal gray. Every now and then there will be flashes at the edges of the mist where there will be flashes at the edge of mist, just out of sight for most of you, where it's kind of almost like twinkling stars in the background as things seem to be phasing in and out of the plane. And as you're traveling toward the shadow fringe, you haven't been going for very long, but that grayness does continue to get closer and closer as you get your vision gets tighter and tighter, and then ends up stopping. It kind of limits itself till it's about 120 feet out from the ship in all directions is what the visibility becomes, because as a result of how you're traveling. You do still have one of your ships that you got from the Slotty, who somehow got here from the one of the chaos planes of Limbo. And so you all are traveling along, and I need a D4 rolled.
Everybody or just one person?
I just need one, so whoever...
Roll
Ma-
D4. Wow.
No,
Bad boyfriend.
I dropped it as you said it. Meadow roll.
He scooped it up too fast. So Meadow gets to open our dice rolls.
3.
Okay. So with a 3, trying to make sure I remember my D4. So yeah, cool. So as you all are traveling forward, shortly after this, you're still up on the bridge. You don't get very far. It's maybe 30 minutes to an hour of travel forward. At least you hope you're going in the right direction. You're never sure with Groth Arbog, right?
Long enough for a short
that we
rest
don't
to
have
recoup the
inverse.
spell slot.
Sure, you guys can have long enough for a short rest. So if you want to gain the benefits of a short rest, go for it.
So, I had something I wanted to do.
What did you want to do?
So I just realized that my character is not formally part of the crew yet.
Mm.
And so I wanted to check with Sethi to make sure that was all right.
Oh yeah, we never met with Seth.
You should go, try to open her door.
She's like busy or something.
And my character doesn't know. Dang it.
I think
Yeah,
I
knock on
think
the
she
door.
no, you came on. I think you came on board and she said just don't touch my door, and that was like the whole don't touch my door. And we'll be fine. Glad to have you on the team, I believe is what she had told you back at the Radiant Citadel.
So my resume is not necessary.
If you're not gonna die, I'm happy to have you. That's kind of how she would respond. So yeah.
So yeah, never mind. There's nothing I want to do.
Cool. With that, as you look forward, as you're traveling forward, let me pull up the stats real fast. I'm trying to think who has the best passive perception at this point.
What is certainly not me.
What is it?
It's wisdom based.
Perception.
I have 15.
10. 10 plus your perception.
10 plus your perception.
17.
That's right.
Aw.
I'm thinking
Okay.
spellcasting. Let me see.
But my 15.
I've got a
So-
9.
Much to the Duke's chagrin, Mike Ale has superior eyesight, and as such, as you all are traveling through, at the edge of the gray, you notice, kind of out of the corner of your eye, there are these little flashes from time to time, and you guys have grown accustomed to that. Small creatures phasing in and out, or ghosts phasing in and out. These kind of things that usually are happening in the distance. And as you look, you notice that there is something slightly larger In the distance, it has that same gray color, but it seems to be moving slower than most of the other things, almost at a slow hover. And it seems to be shaped like an oversized cannonball in the distance.
So bored.
Don't tell me we have another like nest of phase spiders.
Another.
It's only
Have you
Another.
seen-
You haven't been
You
there,
haven't.
wasn't there?
now in this
Okay.
case it's only 120 feet out, so it's not like it's that. But you wouldn't have known. Yeah.
True.
Mike Ale would have no idea.
I say
What
master
the
of
heck is
continuity.
that?
Yeah. And as yeah.
Look the other direction what?
And it's only 120 feet away. So as your attention is drawn, you see a large creature that seems to have irregular dreadlocks from afar floating off into the distance, and then you realize they are overextended eye stalks.
Oh.
Overextended what?
Can I roll,
Eye stalks?
Oh,
Can I roll
oh.
some kind of check to confirm what I think this is?
Sure.
Or would I know?
Idea from the game.
Make a. I didn't hear what you said, but
My patron.
I was
does
trying
have,
to like. It's just so it would be nature or arcana, I guess. Would be fine. If you're going off memory, history, any of those are good.
17.
Yeah. So it does appear to be some form of beholder at this distance. The grayness is a little unusual
Shadow Beholder.
What color does it glow?
for you.
Yes.
Ooh, that's a good point. Where's my sheet? I believe this one is going to be. Oh gosh, where's my page?
Are they aberrations?
I don't know what they are. Garen, what are beholders classified as?
Aberrations.
Oh, yeah, I was
Aberrations.
right.
Wow, good guess.
In this case, this one glows blue.
Where are my notes? I don't remember where I wrote my notes. Is this a
So for those of you joining us, Oz has a strange vision given to her by her
Mostly
warlock
doodling
patron.
on board.
That is basically
Just as a
my next
recap.
tip.
Yeah,
At least
that's
you
true.
guys
You
have
don't usually
notes.
sit next to me, so you don't see that I just
I get
sit
to
here
see
and
your
doodle
doodles.
while I'm bored. Oh, okay. What color is it?
It is blue.
Do I have blue in there? Oh yeah, here you go.
Oh. Oh.
Not aberration.
Oh.
What do you got?
Okay. No, I think I know what it is.
Okay. So
I was gonna
Actually,
say,
yeah,
it's the
can
same
I-
color as something that I.
Sorry. My bad.
and you know, Oz is still trying to figure out how all this eyesight. So there's not necessarily immediately color code recognition. But you
Well,
do
I've been
see that it
taking
glows
notes, so
blue.
I do have
I
color
know.
code
Yeah. So,
recognition.
but anything you want to share with the party as you
I
observe?
had,
is fine.
once I labeled something as blue, so, and it was undead, so, you know, the dude here has said it might be a beholder, but if it is, there's something odd about this beholder.
Something.
It's a dead holder.
I like that so
Well,
much better.
I'm not saying that it is undead, but
What do you mean by it's blue?
And
Yes, what do you mean by blue? What do you mean I'm blue? What's that
say
supposed to
you're
mean?
blue. I didn't say you're blue.
You said like Goldman. It's
Like-
blue like Goldman.
You're not blue. You're gold, obviously.
this thing's just kind of.
I don't buy it.
Do I not even get to make a deception check?
You can.
Yeah.
You guys want to do a contested check? I'm sorry for. Go for it.
Joke's on you, I'm good at those.
And I'm very bad at insight.
I'm okay at insight.
Do I just want to give myself
I
my
trust.
11 in case this has its
You trust.
I trust.
I've been trying to prove that I was a
No,
good
we'll
the
say,
entire
I'll say
campaign.
mine. I'll say mine.
David has. Really?
Ten.
Guess what? 10, 14.
25.
I don't buy it.
That's pretty good at insight. Pretty good.
I rolled an 18 to be fair.
Which
Yeah,
is about, I
+7.
think, what I performed.
Oh, my perception's
As
or
I
my
realized
persuasion's
my
a +10.
own misstep. I think Oz is smarter
What do
than
you
I
mean
am.
I'm blue?
You look sad.
I'm not sad.
You
Are
do
you
look
down?
sad.
Is something bothering you? Is it because you fail at your job?
It's because you're here.
It
You
must
make
be
me
that.
sad.
It must be one of those two things. That's what I want, honestly. No,
What's the deal between you two? I'm kind of new here.
I like
Oh, we
this
got the same
description.
boss, but I'm
So
better at
it's
my
a
job.
sad
So-
Who's the boss?
I'm mildly
That's
chagrined,
fine.
but this is
Oh,
the best I can do
that's
for
fine.
Beholder. Sorry, don't judge.
Hey, you got the color right.
I know. I'm like, I feel bad. I'm like, I just went, partially because I went to a gaming store over the weekend,
That's what I
and
was saying. Like,
and I'm like, there was this massive like 2-foot Beholder, so now I feel
that is
Anyways,
exactly what I said. I'm like, I wonder if
Yeah.
it got inspired
My
by the
buddy
game.
just-
that it was this one was already on my list of ethereal encounters I was gonna use for you. Yeah, or potentially use for you.
Just got a Trask. About this tall.
Like the actual mini.
Yeah.
Those are amazing. Okay.
Give it a box this big.
So, just for the sake of gameplay, I'm just going to add this for a representative, thing. We'll say size is moderately accurate. So, and I think that feels like about 120 feet. Sure.
Why is
You
everything?
taping an eye to it?
Can we please have something that just tries to board the ship so I can swing? This is.
You can fly.
Thank you.
Fly, but, like,
Thank you,
take
Meadow.
psionic dice every time.
I love this.
That's something they have.
They have at least one eye.
At least one
Well, that's not
eye.
necessary.
Okay. Yeah. a blind one. Yeah.
Yeah, it could happen.
So.
Thanks, people.
Yeah, with that. So glows blue, Oz failed deception check.
But they quickly moved on from that conversation.
Yep.
I had no interest in my
What do you mean I'm blue?
Actually, it's not
So,
facing you
it's-
yet, so we're good.
Listen, it's all very like complicated, arcane
Okay, this,
stuff.
we
I'm
can
What
do this
am I?
conversation
You
on
explain.
What am
hold.
I?
How about we look at the behold?
I believe you are. This is not
Green,
my notes.
obviously.
This is not my notes. You would be red.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm extremely curious about.
They're colorblind.
Ah, yes, that must be it. Half
I'm
right.
I don't know
convinced.
what that has to do with arcane, but
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, listen, half right, right?
I'll
So
move on from this for now.
I was
yes,
gonna say, listen,
Is it a
I'm
short
happy. I'm happy to. I'm happy to explain later, but for now.
Let's worry
We
about
should
the
focus on-
unidentified floating object. Or beholder.
Perhaps
Okay.
we should just
Beholder,
Maybe beholder. Maybe beholder.
undead beholder.
potentially.
You gotta say it by its name. It's a dead holder.
Dead holder.
dead holder. Call it
I like
an event.
maybe
I like it.
beholder.
Maybe holder is pretty good.
Perhaps we could just sail past it. It won't notice us.
I mean, I think that's the plan at this point.
We
But
should brand
So
it
it's kind of roaming about, like in kind of its own space, and it seems to slowly be like, yeah, it's almost like Dory a little bit the way it's moving around.
Do we have a telescope on board?
Spyglasses are expensive in the D&D universe.
I think you asked that first or second day, and it's like,
Actually,
yes,
so
but they're
I
like
thought
a.
you had one, cause I
think nobody
remember
splurged.
One time you did it, and then I was next to you going like this with just my hands.
I think that is a really good perception
I feel
check.
like I remember that
I
happening.
think that was a good perception check, and you said you did that.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I think it was like a, I don't need
Like,
one, or
that's
yeah.
how you justified your
Yeah.
bad perception.
Yeah, because it was like, that's expensive and we haven't been paid yet, is the other part of that conversation that I remember, but.
Seppi doesn't own a spyglass. Okay.
Maybe Seppi
We'll
doesn't
bring this
need
up in
one.
the next team meeting.
We have team meetings.
We will.
You gonna have a team meeting with her? She
Once a
needs
month,
you.
if you survive.
Yes, but we're still co-workers.
Eh.
Okay, so I mean, honestly, I think if we just keep going forward, maybe it won't bother us.
Okay.
Let's advance as silently as possible. I have no desire to fight something that flies.
So do you
Even though I can fly. It's
so do you-
taxing.
Do you communicate with Groth that you want that? Is that what it is?
I guess I don't know how you navigate a ship stealthily, but sure.
Okay.
There's
Um,
rules
Cell
in
on
Saltmarsh,
fire and
rules in
Elsa's last
Saltmarsh,
name.
but I don't know if they apply to floating
I wanna
boats.
scream.
Wait, what?
Nothing.
No.
Okay. So then let's have, so we'll do a group stealth check. So all of you roll stealths.
Do I add my modifier?
You can add your normal modifier.
Okay.
We'll take it, we'll just do it as a group one. And then if someone will give Doe a d6. Yes, to roll. Sometimes I like to roll for genre on random encounters.
Oh.
So
Nat
it's
20 plus 14.
romance,
need to
comedy,
roll
horror.
Huh?
I can't remember the last three.
Disadvantage.
It's
Do you
sci-fi.
No, because my first
Maybe
roll was
I
as
can't
low as
remember.
can
Hold
get.
on,
I'm in
I've lost
fleet.
my last two.
I was gonna say, are you
But yeah.
in Mithril?
Anyways,
Don't worry, I rolled really bad too.
okay. Then that would be.
No, but a 10
I almost had it. Hold on, romance.
total.
No, I didn't.
I got a 9.
Can I borrow a dice?
Oh, do you know how dice?
I forgot again. I had a lot on my mind today.
Let me see if I can.
I got it.
Okay.
I got it. You got it.
10.
Let me just do non-metal ones to roll on my table.
Yeah.
I got a 10.
Full set.
I did not lose it. Don't worry.
Do not lose these ones.
So the
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'll make sure.
essentially it's going to be a buddy comedy, like Turner and Hooch style, is really what's going to influence this.
Huh?
What? Just wanted Doe to know what the
The roll was
result of the roll is.
Gotcha.
Do you want us to tell you our stealth rolls?
Yes, I do.
I got a nat 20 plus 14.
34.
Okay.
Just do math.
Yeah, but it's a nat 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Okay. So
important.
34.
Nat 1 on my first and only roll at disadvantage.
It can't get lower than a 1.
I
Okay.
didn't need to roll
All right.
disadvantage because nat 1 was the first one.
Gotcha.
10.
Okay.
You also 10.
Okay.
I got a 9.
Okay.
Closer.
Well, with your nat 20 plus stuff and my nat 1 minus stuff, and all
It's
that,
gonna be
Oz
very
doesn't
average.
need
tens
to be
and
stealthy.
nines, I think
Oz
it evens
is-
out.
Oz doesn't need to be stealthy. Oz is charismatic.
It could be
Allegedly.
both.
Allegedly.
Okay.
Clearly
I feel
not.
like it can just hide behind the rails.
Gillet tries
Okay.
to hide behind
It looks like-
Wilman.
Well, in spite of the party generally struggling, it's like everybody be quiet, and then it's like inadvertently, like all but Duke are like thumping into things, or that's. Yeah, it's like, wait, what's happening? It's one of those, like when you try and tell a joke quietly to a friend, and then they say the punchline overly loud, you know, that kind of thing. Okay, but even with that, this creature doesn't seem to notice you as you make it about halfway around.
Yes.
And I need, who wants to roll a concentration check for Groth and the pilots of the ship, navigators, the second mates?
Oh, I'm not using my own constitution.
No.
That's okay, also.
I can.
Okay. So each of you, so you roll for one, you roll for the other.
I'll
Well-
figure off.
Okay.
I have a plus 14 to my own constitution saving throw.
Groth got a 14.
Paladin.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot you're a paladin.
So raw 14.
18. I'm sorry,
Okay.
8.
Okay.
Any
Cool, cool.
pluses?
Yes. but yeah.
For him
So.
to know.
Wahaha. I feel like these, I'm making sure my stats aren't weird. But yeah, all right, cool. So with that, you all begin slowly floating around the ball. The floating zombie beholder.
Is there a need to
as
move
you-
around it? Do we just need to move past it, or what? What do you mean by around?
Is it in our path?
I assume he's meaning like around as in just like.
Like
past
trying to get it, yeah.
Oh, like this? Okay, I thought you meant like around. Why are we going around
No, I
it?
think he means around.
That makes sense.
I mean, if your character's curious, you could ask one of the navigators.
No, I want
I think that was a
focus.
player. Yeah.
I want to.
Do you want to make an insight check?
No, I'm bad at that.
Okay, cool. You're like, it won't matter. All right, cool. So you guys make it about halfway past where you think you're almost in the clear. Let's do one more stealth check all around.
I would love to.
Yes. That is a good roll, isn't it?
I think it's like I'm too excited.
Oh, 24.
And then if someone will give
Oh,
Doe a
that's a-
D100,
That's an
toss some
Oh, I rolled a
percentile die
2,
over
but,
there.
The lowest I can take is a 10. Well, I like expertise. It was almost for me. How much is this spyglass? 1,000 gold pieces? Yes.
You want us to fight like that, don't you?
I mean, it is more fun that way. But I'm not saying you're gonna have to. But it's under 10, which is strong enough to do like the worst possible thing I had in mind. So.
Oz dies a lot in combat.
Let's
so.
do it.
They're gonna love my roll then.
Same.
Okay. What were our stealth rolls?
2.
Okay.
And that one.
That's so terrible. Thank you. Okay.
24.
Wow, I had the second highest this time. Dirty 20.
Okay.
I feel like Giblet just face planted.
Yeah. So with an yeah, you could.
Goldman's hiding behind like one of. He's like contorted himself, so he's hiding behind like the mat. We don't have a mask.
Remember the gravity falls short of the guy that like contorts behind trees?
Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
doing that with one of you guys.
The hide behind.
Yes,
Hide
Yes.
behind. Yeah, I'm contorting myself behind Mike.
Okay. So there's, as you all are traveling around, the ship begins to turn, and so you get to a place where the beholder's probably you made it halfway, and you're getting to like the 3/4 place, and this thing's still kind of slowly moving, like Dory when she doesn't really know, like that whole thing.
Still not looking at us?
Do what?
Still not looking
Just
at
kind
us?
of there,
We could banish it.
Oh yeah.
Problem solved.
So.
We have a minute to leave.
Oh no, a minute.
What I'd like now,
It's
let's
10 rounds of combat.
have.
I know, but like,
It's not that long.
It's long enough to get out of here.
We can fly.
what if it gets pissed off at us and just charges at us?
I mean, it might already be pissed off.
Okay.
Try to
I
kill us.
don't know.
Let's have Garen, Meadow, and Max roll d4s.
1.
4.
4.
Okay. So you all, as you're coming around, this thing seems to be kind of floating there, and then all of a sudden it kind of locks in place, and its stalks all stick straight out like pins in a pin cushion. And 3 rays shoot off in a variety of directions. With the 9 on the percentile die, one of those is going to head toward the ship. And so we have 2 rays that are 4s, and those are going to be disintegration rays. And the one is the paralyzing ray. And
If I get disintegrated.
Target
and
him with the paralyzing ray.
do what?
Yeah.
Target him with the paralyzing ray.
Do it.
So, the disintegration ray heads toward the ship.
Where?
Yeah.
Hits Oz, Oz dies.
So,
That does sound like my one.
who rolled lowest on the stealth checks? Okay, we'll just say that
First,
it was at the nat one, the first one,
Oh,
or the last one, the last one.
I rolled the second lowest the first time, and then the lowest.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll say
second
Giblet
time,
is getting
so-
targeted with this one, and so you must succeed on a dexterity saving throw. So you all are watching as a beam of force projects out.
No, there.
It's a ray.
Yeah, it's an ability, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be casting a spell.
Disintegrate is a spell.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
yeah,
could be
fair enough.
casting disintegrate.
Also, this will be a very important soon, I feel. Do you count psionics as magic? I can check the monster manual says something about it.
I feel like I had decided, like you asked me that a couple weeks ago, or we had a discussion, and now I can't remember what I
I
said.
don't remember.
For
either.
the sake of, let's come back to that.
Okay, because
Uh,
I feel like it will plan what I do next.
Do you want me
Okay.
to Google it real quick?
Yes.
Yeah, if we think there's official lore on that,
I do think
because
the
I
monster manual has
was
it.
reading up on it, but it's now been 3 weeks.
I got a 12.
Okay.
Is that it?
The DC was a 16 for this thing.
Great.
It is a CR14 version.
It's just more energy for Giblet's little hairs.
Yeah. And so with that, this beam, so the ship is there, and
Okay, so.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
all right, we'll come back. Yeah, we'll come back to that. We'll finish this narration. I guess we wanted to make sure that if you weren't going to be here, that you felt your presence here.
What's up, you feeling it?
Giblet dies.
So a beam of force damage flies toward Giblet, And as it strikes, half of it's one of those like a laser, it like widens as it goes. So half of it hits the ship and half of it hits you. And we're gonna need 10 d8s rolled. So if everyone would roll 2 d8s, except for Meadow, we'll let Doe roll hers. Roll Meadows.
You don't even get to roll your own damage.
So Doe has to steal 2 d8s from somebody. And if you don't actually want to be this involved, I'm sorry, it's a habit if you're at the table. So if you don't mind. Okay. You can tell me to stop it if you need me to.
Wow. I rolled pretty low though. I rolled 3 and 5.
I rolled pretty high.
I rolled perfectly
That's
average.
8
Yeah.
d10s, that's 80 max.
It's not gonna be.
I'll survive
It's
this.
not gonna be 80.
I know, but like,
13.
13 for you?
Total.
Okay.
8.
Cool, that's 21.
11.
Okay, cool, that's 33, 32, 10, 42.
15.
Okay, so we made it up to 57 damage toward Giblet.
Our healer.
It's not too bad. It's not too bad. I could have done worse.
It's okay.
Remember, Giblet also has considerably more health than
It's
us. because
57.
Giblet is in the
57
secret
hit
area.
points. And you are struck backwards.
I can just imagine this happening to Giblet.
Yeah, we're all like trying to like be quiet, and we're all like, be quiet.
And I
gone.
face it, and then it's
Yeah. I will. So as this hits you, so the ship also will take 57 damage to the hull.
Does
Don't.
like the hull start to like crumble into dust?
It has more hit points than 57. And I've lost
Yeah,
it.
just hard to think of something.
On this part, I guess I can say the
wait, what was
psionic.
the
So,
2 types of beams?
disintegration and paralyzing.
Para.
2 disintegrations.
And I probably shouldn't have told you that much information.
No, probably not.
Probably shouldn't have
Probably not,
stored and
but-
narrated.
The rule on psionics is
They
only
do.
only psionics that specifically cast spells or specifically say they're magical are magical. The other half are not.
What he was
Weird.
specifically looking for.
We
was
looked at
anti-magic.
anti-magic field, and it says yes, what we found, but it could be. We,
So
don't
I
know
just
the
I just
source was.
googled D&D. Do psionics count as magic?
And where did you get the answer from?
D&D Beyond and Reddit says
Some guy on
psionics
the
are not
internet,
considered
Garen,
magic.
deal.
Wikipedia.
Yeah, unless it's
Wikipedia.
for casting a spell.
Okay.
It's
So I
actually
guess if it's
Google
like
None of my
just
stuff are
making-
spells, so that would mean I am good.
What was it actually? I
It
missed it.
says psionics do not count as magic.
Okay.
Unless
Are
that
not
you're casting.
Unless
a
it's-
So it's more like you have it. It's almost like the monk's key style.
Yes.
Yes. Cool. Works for me.
Unless they specifically say.
Unless they're specifically to cast a spell or something.
Okay.
So
So
it's very much case by case.
for descriptives, one of the rays that shot out in a random direction was a yellow beam, and that would have been the paralysis one. And then the disintegration ray was a green beam in this instance. So.
No wonder I liked
Yeah.
it.
So, and as you all watched, it hits part of the hull and the front surface. You watch as it dissolves, like old sun-dried foam. It just like that gray stuff in your car that's from a 1980s vehicle or something.
Giblet gets a cool scar out of this.
That's right. I forgot Oz has a
Loses
cool.
an arm.
Oz has a cool scar from getting
Yeah.
like fucked up that one time twice, but nobody can see it
yeah.
because it's like underneath their clothes. But don't
And-
worry, Oz has a cool scar.
And because it is force damage, would you roll a d4 for me?
I had 2.
Okay, you get knocked back 10 feet, which is just enough that you get like pushed against the back end of the. So yeah, you all. So this is very sudden. It moves the ship a little bit too, like you feel it kind of hard rock the ship, like it's cafe, and then Meadow gets tossed fairly firmly into the other side railing. Yes.
Do you think it's seen us?
No, it hasn't seen me.
I feel like it should have because I would have
It's
screamed.
here.
It's it goes from having rigid eye stalks to relaxed, and it continues to float and move and hover around, kind of.
I feel like Giblet would have screamed.
You feel like Giblet would have screamed. Okay, that works.
This thing just attacked Giblet. You don't want to fight it back.
I want to fight it back. Goldman's whispering this in your ear as he's imparted behind you. You want to shoot at it?
There's like the little head.
You want to shoot at it?
You guys like back to back?
Yeah, we're like. No, I'm like, I'm whispering in his ear behind him. Yeah, front to back.
Remember that with a painting
Or
with
back
the
to
skeleton
front.
whispering behind the guy?
Yeah.
That's what's going on.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
He's the Goldman is the little devil on my shoulder.
Do I shoot at it? I'm gonna shoot at it.
Shoot at it.
Alright, I'm casting Eldritch Blast.
I am
Okay.
also casting Eldritch Blast.
Oh my god. Well, okay, I guess if we're all casting Eldritch Blast, I'll cast Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, me too.
Really?
No.
I was like, hold
I
Giblet
also feel
says that from like a crumpled position.
I feel like Giblet would need to take a moment.
Like, you go on. You guys got this.
All
right.
This is a surprise round?
You get to do it. We won't do it. Like, I'm not gonna make you do initiative yet.
Do we have right now?
3.
3? Okay.
So if you guys are all kind of roughly about the same time, that's fine.
I'm gonna just take cover then. Like hide behind the railing.
So everybody else is like, pew, 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 and you're like,
Have we taken a long
I don't
rest
have any
since
magic,
the
guys. What do I do?
rest? It was a short rest.
11
no.
hit.
I don't think so, but let me. I was like, I just flipped away from the stats. Hold on. No, it doesn't.
How about a 25?
And it's within what's the distance? Is it 120?
120.
Okay, so you guys are good. It's right at the edge. It's floated 10 feet closer actually
11?
in the
Oh,
hub.
wait. No, does a 12 hit? Wait, what did I roll? Yes, 12.
Nope.
Does a
Sorry, my
17
brain
hit?
wasn't processing. Yes.
Okay.
What about a 15?
Why am I
You guys
thinking
get 3 blasts each.
I was-
so.
Yeah, 2
That's
of
why
mine
I'm
were
finding,
17.
that's what I'm finding out if it's.
AC 15?
Okay.
What'd you say?
All my hit, one of
Yeah.
them's a crit.
Okay.
16.
Cool, cool. Sorry, I think I got thrown off for a minute because in my head, you guys all said Eldritch Blast, right? Not
Yes.
Magic Missile. And my brain went Magic Missile. So anyways, so I was like, why are we rolling? But we're cool. Yeah. So Eldritch Blast, so who got 15 or higher? We'll just keep it easy this way.
I got one of them for 8 damage.
Okay. Cool, cool.
See how we do. 7.
I got 15 total force damage.
Okay.
Two of them.
Nice. That's pretty solid, yeah.
Do you have
What does Oz get?
do you add your charisma? Agonizing blast.
30.
Yeah, I think I
Oh,
recognize it.
30 damage?
One of them was a crit, and then I also have agonizing blast.
You know
so,
why I didn't get
Yeah.
that?
So
I mean,
30.
I should
Nice.
class into Warlock.
it's because I didn't have
We have
all
too
of
many.
it.
We
We
should
have too many.
You didn't have Oliver.
All
I
right.
didn't have all of it.
You're right. You gave away Oliver.
And that's why my luck's bad.
Yeah.
But you know who didn't get hit is the person who has Oliver.
Yeah.
So, way to keep him from getting disintegrated on
You
contact.
saved the crew members.
Saved it for
Yeah.
I could have hit the crew
Oh,
member
I
and
forgot I
killed
took
him.
Eyes of the Runekeeper.
Does that affect the Eldritch Blast?
No.
Okay, it's just a fun one.
Yeah.
So altogether, how many total blasts go flying again?
9.
9 total. Boop, 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 and it's like this bombardment of
Yeah, but mine were the best.
yeah. As they poof, as some of them like just barely get into the gray and kind of have their last
Yeah,
bit.
what colors?
Yours are pink. Mine are like gold.
Mine purple, right?
Yeah,
Why?
yours are
My armor
purple.
was purple, right?
No, your
Yeah.
armor was blue and silver.
No, it was purple.
Are we all colorblind?
I'm not. I designed
No,
it.
it was purple. You did it. You
It
did it
was-
as purple. Yeah,
I'm double
Bring
checking.
my
it was
tail up.
purple.
I'm bringing
Mine
it.
were purple.
Okay. My bad.
I'm like, you get to
Purple
decide. I
with
don't know why you're
Yeah.
asking, Max.
Purple with little strands of gold in there.
Oh, nice. Just for a competitive little
Oh yeah.
filigree.
Those are the pretty.
More
Alright, this is cool enough. What do I do here?
Man.
Do you have a bow?
No.
Throw your
Crossbow?
sword
No.
at it.
I got this, and I hold up a hand axe.
Throw that
You
at
have a
it.
tinier one?
No, they're both identical.
You can throw hand axes.
Well, yeah, but not 120 feet.
Sounds
Actually,
skill
you might
issue.
be able to because
I
gravity
have
works
a
different
hand.
here.
Oh yeah. No.
Gravity does work different.
It's like a blue purple.
It is a blue purple?
It's purple and like blue.
Okay, we're gonna say
Let me see.
purple. Purple is
Because some of it is blue, some of it is purple.
My dad hates the color purple because he really is colorblind and he thinks it's blue and learns it's not and gets mad.
That is 100% purple.
Oh no, that stuff is, but his armor is more blue
Oh, his
inside
armor
than
does
purple.
have some
Yeah.
blue on it. Okay.
So,
That's what I'm saying it's a mix.
You're both right. You're both right.
We're good.
okay. With that, this dead holder, as you called it, does begin to like becomes focused on the ship with all this bombarding. It took as much damage, almost as much damage as it gave in this instance. You can see bits of flesh kind of floating back behind it now, kind of in chunks off the ethereal. One of its stalks is knocked off by the 53 damage. But it continues to move in your direction. It seems slightly more purposeful. It's what exists of its jaw, because they have mouths, right? I'm like, my brain's like, they have mouths. It's like there are things I should just know, and my brain's questioning it. But yeah, so it seems to be trying to say something to you all as it travels near you. But it's a little distant, even though we've said that the ethereal plane carries sound. It's like its voice isn't particularly loud. But it's probably at about, it should be 90 now. So yeah. Yeah, bits of goopiness now floating, falling down into the ethereal.
Oh, I was right.
Some of the giblet.
Disgusting.
So Giblet, have you recovered?
I'm deciding if I can, because I'm like, if we're gonna fight this thing, I don't know if I want to join the battle just because I'm leaving.
Don't worry about. Don't make player decisions. Make character decisions.
Is Giblet gonna go take a nap?
I don't know. I'm like, Giblet would be like, I don't.
I'm done.
I
I'm
feel
tired.
like Giblet would either be like, I'm super tired, or like, you know, like that really sweet like sunshine character that just gets like destroyed and then turns into like the worst character ever.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it could be either or.
So Giblet got hit for 57 damage like
That is true. That's like
suddenly.
over.
So
I don't know.
Let's say if Bertrand's taking
All
care of
right.
your
Yeah,
character
that's
while
true.
you're gone.
I've
You
got
have
a
done it.
plan.
He's yeah, I was gonna say he's
You
played it
have done
before.
him.
Yeah.
Giblet before.
do you want Giblet to make a Constitution saving throw or Wisdom, like just to see if you have like battle shock?
Sure.
Okay. So yeah,
What's that? Wisdom or Constitution?
I'll let you decide. It'll change the effect a little bit.
Saving throw?
Mhm.
I got a 24.
Okay. So yeah, Giblet's knocked pretty intensely, but maybe seeing all friends come to defense, they are feeling like you're kind of pulled out of it. Like they jumped into action.
Okay, Giblet will fight, but only if Giblet rises like, you know, Mushu in Mulan 2, where he's like, I live! That's how Giblet's gonna rise up, and then Giblet will run over to the other side, and what do I have? It's 90 feet?
Yeah.
Give me a second.
You've got cool cards.
Well, I think I might have harm.
Harm is a fun spell.
Okay.
That's then bonus action hide.
Okay. You got it. You got it. So Goldman immediately throws himself off the
Off the
ship.
ship.
Yes.
Trust has been broken.
No.
It's canon. No.
It's what you wanted.
Yeah.
You just told me.
Cool. Okay. So, Giblet's thinking while Giblet's like bringing to bear all of their skills in this moment. What are the rest of you doing? Yeah.
I'm gonna fly over to it with action surge. Oh, you already used action.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a
You
short
had a
rest.
short rest.
Action surge comes back on a short rest.
It does?
Yes. So I'm going to fly over to it with 90 of my 120 moves fly speed.
Oh, I think I used one.
Okay.
And
So
I am going to.
we'll pause. Hold on. Let's hear it. It's going to take a bit to do that movement.
Okay.
So let's just wait. Let's see. I'm waiting to see if we're going to need initiative fully yet or not.
Okay.
Um,
That's fair.
So Braden, what's your character doing? As he jumps off the ship and does his little zoom.
Gosh, I wish I could.
Oh, I actually have someone sent me a video of how they imagine my character's flying works.
Kind of like a windrunner. No.
Where is
But-
Gosh, I wish I could fly. I'm going to.
I mean, you could try. We have
Jump,
seen that apparently
jump,
just with the
jump.
power of mind.
Yeah,
Levitate spell be damned.
I don't have that kind of power of mind.
That don't
Admittedly,
I don't either.
they were able to float like a foot in the air. So I mean, for a moment.
Yeah, it didn't
I
work
found
very well.
Yeah.
the video once you finish.
But things are weird on the ethereal here. So.
Oh yeah.
I will. Can I use command on myself and fly? No.
Command fly.
You would have to try and accomplish this, which is,
I
yeah,
think you
okay.
should-
Gaslight
I think you should
yourself
just
into
be
being
able
able
to
to fly.
I think I should just be
That
able
was
to
the
like
goal.
command, like teleport 500 feet away.
There's something there, but
Command cast
I'm going
wish.
to summon my great
How to
sword,
break the
have
game
it
on
ready to
level
go.
1.
I'm going to continue to prepare.
all right, your lightsaber appears. Sorry, I know. Okay.
I will
Flaming
continue to
sword
prepare
appears.
another Eldritch Blast, another fall
I
lethal.
can do this.
Okay. Okay.
Do you think are beholders flammable?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think most things are,
I know.
honestly.
I mean, the last one had some form of fleshy bits that seemed to be affected.
My almost 7th level spell slot for today.
Now we just kind of
So I
fly.
should check.
The Legos
Actually-
or anything.
I know. Hopefully we won't.
Yeah. You have Revivify, don't you?
Yeah, I should.
Yeah.
I used it before, so I feel like I would always have it in my back pocket in my spell slots.
You're like, actually, I'm
I
not.
feel like I
gonna
answered
prepare
that wrong.
for Revivify.
I'm gonna wake up and be like, they're on their own today.
Yeah, if someone dies, that's their problem.
Yeah.
If they die, they die.
If any of you look at me in like a weird way, I'm just like, they're not gonna get revivified. I'm gonna cast Firestorm.
Okay.
So a storm made up of fire, basically. Consists up to 10-foot cubes, which you arrange. Oh, there's more? Hold up. I did not read this. I looked at
Well,
Firestorm.
read it for us because this is a newer one for me.
Okay, good. Because Brayden, you're gonna have to help me.
What you
Okay, a storm made up of sheets of roaring flames appear in a location of your choice within range.
Sheets of rolling flames.
Fucking flame strike.
Yeah.
Firestorm.
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 Okay.
Level
The
7.
area of the storm consists of up to 10 10-foot cubes, which I can arrange as I wish. Each cube must have at least one face adjacent to the face of another cube. Each creature in the area must make a dexterity saving throw. It will take 7d10 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful save. The fire damages objects in the area and ignites flammable objects that aren't being worn or carried.
Objects, not
If you
creatures.
If you choose plant life in the area is
There isn't any plant
can be
life.
unmarked.
Okay. So you've got
So basically, it's 10 by 10, basically. 10-foot cubes.
10 10-foot cubes.
Oh, so it's like 100, that's like...
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shit. Okay, that's okay. I can do it with 150 feet, so I can put it to where it's like...
And
Actually,
is it up to
how
or is
close-
it exactly 10?
I have to do 10. Oh, up to. Okay.
Casting spell.
I know, but it's
So it's 90 feet away.
90 feet away.
You start building
How
these cubes of
close-
fire.
How close could I get to the ship without it catching on fire?
I'd say 10 feet just to play it safe.
10 feet?
I think you'd have to make some sort of check to determine that based on Giblet's insight, maybe.
Okay, we'll do insight. Nat 20.
Okay. And your question is, how close can I get this flame to the ship without
Yes,
it?
without it, like,
causing
I'm jumping off
problems.
the ship.
causing problems, like
You can jump through the fire.
sunburns,
It'll
or
look
like
really cool.
heat
Ooh,
damage.
no, I don't.
or-
The original, so
How
the
cool it
cube
is, though,
itself,
and
if they're
you
in
fly
it,
off the
they
cliff,
take
you're
10d
They
se-
take
or 70
7d10
tens.
damage.
Okay, I'm gonna say it's half at 10 foot, a quarter at 20, and then 30 would be safe.
Okay, so we'll put it.
Standing in front of the fire.
And I feel like there's
30
probably
feet
someone
away.
out there who said something
So
official.
Proud of
that's.
myself.
So you're gonna get 30 feet away.
So how far away? It's 90 feet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta cool it.
I'll just do 5. No, I'll do 4 10-foot cubes.
Okay.
Because that's
Spell that lets you control fire.
40 feet. So it would be
Control
50
fire?
feet
Is that
away.
I think it's called
Wait, math is
control.
hard.
What are you trying to do?
Yeah,
I'm
do that,
trying
like,
to put it in a
open
cube
up a
of
hole
like
in the
fire.
flames that he flies through.
It's just math.
That'd be badass.
So you're trying to. So you have up to 10 cubes you can
10-foot
create,
cubes, yeah.
and are you trying to box it in
Yes.
and kind of flame broil it like it's
Yeah.
like it's a
But I
like
also
in the
wanna,
oven?
Like, bring it like a little bit like wider so that if it tries to move, it gets hit. Like I don't know. I don't know if
Okay.
it's persistent.
So you're
I don't
trying-
know, it's just
okay.
instantaneous.
So
Yeah. Oh, it's duration. So it's just
okay, and you can just kind of set it up around it,
yeah.
and it lasts how
We'll
long?
just say that I do that.
Yeah, that's fine. That's cool.
I don't
It's
really
boxed
like
in, and all the cubes touch, and you have 10 of them. So there might be a gap here or there, But I think I did say it was, you know, a 15-foot creature, so 15 or 20 feet. So,
The druids don't want to hurt the little plants.
so as these flames come up, and you're trying to imprison it so that it takes some damage, or that it gets hit by all this damage.
That gets hit by all this damage.
Okay, so let's just start with that. It makes a dex save, you said,
Yes.
and you're trying to arrange it so basically its dex save is harder. Is that the goal?
No, it makes a dex save either way.
Okay, like can it dodge a box of flame? And what's the DC for you?
I had to make a dex save just to avoid like a small campfire from falling.
Like IRL.
Yeah.
It's 18.
Okay, it definitely doesn't do that. So it fails its dex save and takes how many damage?
Every time I've gotten camping, I was a fear.
Really?
Yeah, I've just been standing there just like,
Thinking you were gonna fall into the fire. You like crab walk around it.
50
Just
damage.
keep your eye on it so you
Okay.
don't fall in.
we'll stay far away from them.
Okay.
Everyone was like sitting by the fire and like, hey guys, is it fire? No.
All right, and its concentration,
No, it's just an instantaneous thing.
it happens once.
Yeah.
So it's a big.
Really got-
Yeah.
First time I've seen that used in a game. That's exciting.
It's not fireball.
First
it's
time
fire
I
cube.
used it.
Fire cube.
It's Firestorm.
Firestorm. Get it right.
It just happens to be in the shape.
That's actually why I chose it, because it had storm in it. And
Nice.
Oh,
It is
went
pretty
with
cool.
choose this. That's
Yes.
Right.
So actually, tell it. So you've said what it's shaped like. What does Giblet look like as they cast this particular spell in the name of Thor?
I'm gonna do this the whole 9 yards. I'm gonna go. Okay. So Giblet's down, because it got hit. He's just like, what the heck, man? So they rise. And they're like, ah, I'm alive, and you know he kind of rolls up his sleeves. He's like, for dramatic purposes, can I say there's a stool?
Sure.
Okay.
Wait, at some point, Giblet made sure there was a stool
There's
always.
a stool by the railing for Giblet. So Giblet will climb on the stool with his and just go. That sound effect included.
Okay.
It makes a sound effect? Like,
yeah.
was it like
Just
verbally?
go.
Okay.
Does it like echo?
It does have a verbal component, so
It
this
does
is
have a verbal.
that was necessary. You
Yeah.
had to make that
It was
noise.
a.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it does 50 damage.
Okay. And you all, never having seen Giblet use this particular ability, watch as cubes of flame appear 90 feet away from the, instantaneously, just like. And Donovan, you had jumped off and started flying toward. So it's you don't get hurt, but you're about halfway there when this thing goes off, and there's this massive firestorm in front of you. That slowly dissipates. Some of the falling zombie goop has been charred and falls, and turns to ash.
Yeah.
Um,
Make sure you have your solar eclipse glasses on.
the creatures there,
Quick, which one of our characters would look directly at us?
it seems a little less goopy now and a little more crispy crittered. Yeah, like a meatball.
Be affected by blind or anything.
Okay, so Donovan, as you get to about, so would you still go the full 90?
The fire disappears afterward, right?
Yeah.
Then yes.
So bits of ash start and cinder flake off of this creature and start to, dust around.
Off the creature.
Yeah, it's kind of, yeah, that's fine. Yep.
Before the ash and get ready to swing. Like I'm bracing myself
Okay.
With
as
that,
I
Giblet
fly.
leaves.
And with that, Giblet
Rest in peace, Giblet.
Giblet dies.
Giblet dies.
Yes. That
for the,
makes sense.
so, all right, Meadow, have fun,
Good luck.
break a leg.
I hope you win.
I hope both legs snap in accordance with each show that you designed.
Oh, that's right, and it's an award ceremony. I was like,
Pretend
why is
it's
everyone-
nominations, yeah.
Well, it's nominations for the
Yeah.
award
Right,
ceremony.
right.
Because Meadow's amazing.
Yes. I was gonna say, I was like, why is everyone wishing that you break a leg? Award ceremony. Or
Broccolog.
award nomination thing.
Guys, it's How to Train Your Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get copyright struck.
Yeah, turn that on. We can only play 5 seconds of it.
Yeah. I thought you would
Four.
want to use them because you're playing my character.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
You have to roll his.
Just in cause.
You have to use the Giblet
You
dice.
have to use
Yeah.
the
The
Giblet.
Giblet dice.
Good luck. I'm sure you'll.
I'm
Get
reorganizing
nominated.
your entire spell thing.
Just go. Go.
Don't worry, we'll kill him for it.
We'll unorganize it.
Yeah. Bad boy for you.
don't know what she has prepared and what she doesn't.
We'll assume that whatever you want to cast is prepared. I'm not gonna care that much.
I gotta leave you with chaotic stuff.
So Donovan.
I don't want to do this.
I continue flying, unyielding, undirection changing, just in a straight direction.
Okay. Make a perception check for me as you get real close, and you can do it with advantage because yeah, you're right up there.
12.
Okay. As you get, because you would go, would you be like 80, 90 feet? It was 90 away. Where would you stop?
Okay.
You said,
I'm not stopping. I'm gonna keep going until I hit it.
are you trying to smash into it?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not smashing. Just swing at it. I am
Okay.
bracing myself
Okay.
for a power
So
attack.
make your attack roll. Bye.
Bye, Meadow.
That's gonna be 23.
Okay. As you go to swing at that attack, after the firestorm happens, this creature, you get close enough, and with the 12, you're able to, even with Donovan being a bit more of a, not so much a touchy-feely kind of guy, right? Like not really that kind of perceptive or insightful. This creature seems to be like ugly crying now. And as your blow strikes, you have this realization. So.
All right, next attack.
But roll your damage. Yeah. But 23 is big enough. So roll your damage. I'm just, so you know.
That'd be a midlife crisis.
Donovan is or the creature?
Creature.
I'm going to use a psionic energy dice to deal extra damage with a feature called
I'm just gonna.
and Psionic Strike.
Remember the crime? It's a beholder.
That's true.
I mean, there's like one or two nice beholders.
So that's there's large Luigi from Spelljammer.
Yeah.
That's I'm not joking. That is an actual character.
Oh yeah, have you never heard of Large Luigi?
He's from older editions. I don't think they acknowledge his
No,
existence.
no,
He's back.
He's back in 5th.
I don't know this lore.
He's just a giant.
Bartender beholder.
Yeah,
Okay. Oh, okay.
He's
Okay,
also
yeah.
been to like the tallest point of wherever beholders come from, and most beholders don't come back from there. Apparently, if I remember the lore correctly.
Which is why he's a bartender, so he
Yeah,
can
he's
tell
a
the
bartender.
story.
He's like true neutral or something. He's a cool chill guy.
As all bartenders are.
Yeah.
Valid. Okay. So Donovan.
These are rules on
I mean, you're undead,
Psionic
And I'm a
Strike.
cool chill guy.
I thought you were using undead as a reason we should just.
So that's 8.
No, we should kill him. That's the reason we should kill him.
8 psych and force damage, and
Okay.
9 non-magical piercing.
Yeah.
9 piercing, 8 psychic.
Or he could come within 30
Force
feet,
damage.
come
Okay.
up.
And then
So-
I'm going to make my next attack.
Give me just a sec. Do you want to make your next attack?
I do.
Okay. The ugly crying continues. -8 and -4. Okay.
25.
Okay.
And me as a player feel guilty, but
My work here is
I can only
complete.
do it once, so no more psionic dice. 6 non-magical piercing,
Okay.
and then
I
third
just look
attack.
at this at real.
Okay.
Strike first strike.
That is a 29. And darn, that's not much either. 7 non-magical.
Okay.
And I imagine those next 2 attacks are slightly weaker because he has like a brief moment of hesitation. before
Okay. I like it. So Donovan flies up, full action surging, slashing all around this thing, making cuts here and there. Yeah, and the creature continues to cry. With that, let's at this point let's go ahead and roll
Can I move
initiative.
30 feet back?
Yeah,
I
we'll
still
let you
have
finish
50
that, yep.
speed. So I moved 30 feet back.
Okay, just rolling initiative.
Yeah, because I always like to give it a little bit of room, especially when we're in like full ship mode. It's kind of hard. It's like, sometimes initiative isn't always the.
The call, the play.
Yeah.
15.
Okay.
22.
Okay.
So I have used 1 energy dice.
Cold Aiden. Burr Aiden. I that one hurt. That one hurt. I hurt myself with that one. I'm
I
sorry.
got it.
I'm like, what the fuck are you
You're like,
I
what,
didn't
Greg?
get it until he said
You know,
Aiden.
it's. I blame my best friend who I hung out with all weekend for this. We went to Texas and hung out with family, so yeah. The 19. Sorry, I'm so sorry for
No
that one.
mercy for this beholder, I guess.
All right.
What did Giblet get?
Yeah.
What did Giblet get?
Yeah.
Giblet's dice.
I have no idea what her dexterity is, so we'll just call it a 4.
I think.
I don't think it's got any modifiers because the nat 1 was a nat 1 and the 2 was a 2.
Oh yeah, you're right. I think it is.
If yeah. Okay. Doesn't matter. I think the next one up is a 12, so we're good. With that, so who had the 22? Yeah. So Goldman, you have seen this thing take however many Eldritch blasts. You saw it burst in an explosive firestorm, and you saw Donovan hack and slash at it without mercy.
Without any mercy. There might be a reason for that. An in-game lore reason.
And this thing still seems to be trying to move its jaw as if to talk at you, but you're too far away
Yeah, but I don't really care about that.
from the distance you're at. Yeah,
Disintegrated my friend.
yeah, that's true.
Well, it did not disintegrate.
It attempted to. And disintegrated the boat. What happened to
This
the
is
other
what
two
happens
beams?
when
Did
you
they just go
throw-
off into
Yeah.
space?
So that's kind of combat stuff.
Yeah, they're just gonna hit some random passerby.
I mean, it's like a laser. At some point, it loses power. It just gets too wide and weak, right? Yeah.
Is that how lasers work?
They kind of their power dissipates and stuff. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I'm technically an English major, but I think that's what I remember from physics.
Okay, I
Wait,
hate
what about physics?
Never mind.
Okay.
It was what happens to light when it does it degrade over after a distance.
Oh.
It was because I was like lasers. They kind of
Okay, I'm not
dissipate.
using both then.
Yeah, they're gonna dissipate and spread out.
Yeah, until they're null.
30 feet away from the enemy, 60 feet away from us.
Yeah, I was just more about snippet. I'm still hidden. I could sneak attack anyway.
There's
Yeah.
a theory that light
Okay.
can
Well, you're not still hidden because you Eldritch Blast did it.
Oh, okay, I can
Yes.
bonus action hide then.
There's a theory about like
No, I'm just gonna have
bounce
this.
off of your
I think
your
I'll
eyes,
plus
like
is
the
the way
light
to go.
that's coming
Plus
off
magic.
bounce off
Magic
faster
damage
or
is
hitting
good.
me.
Mhm.
It's just like it's
Yep.
weird.
I'm Eldritch Blaster.
Pew, 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 pew.
So anyways, it started blast.
Yeah. Does a 21 hit?
Yep. Yep.
Does a 10 hit?
Yeah. No.
The weeping
almost said
beholder
yes.
mask.
It's a 15. A
Does
15's
a
AC.
19 hit?
Yes.
Okay.
Just said it was 15.
I want to
And there was cognitive processing in that moment. I'm being a little too obvious today. I'm not on my DM game.
That sounds cool.
I'm a little out of practice. Milo's right. We need to do some family
15
DNA, D&D.
15 force.
Cool.
Is Milo the one that you brought?
She's the little one who's not so little anymore. Yes.
Yeah. I
She's
was
the
just
youngest.
Like, we were talking, and I was like, I would have thought you guys play a lot of D&D with like Greg being.
We do. It goes in phases because sometimes we usually like the whole family to do it,
Yeah.
and so if it's
Talking about wanting to play.
yeah, so we got her a game going though. Yeah.
Hell
Yeah. But yes. Okay. So 15 force damage, Eldritch Blast.
And then bonus action hide.
Okay. Into the night.
What, plus 14, 32.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my turn.
You ghost
Huh?
yourself.
No, 32 on my hide.
Oh,
I did 15 damage?
that makes more
Yes.
sense.
Yeah, that makes more sense. I always roll terribly on my hit.
Okay.
today.
And then whoever had initiative 19 next was
Myself.
yes. Duke.
How far away from the ship is it now?
60.
90 feet.
In this case, it was at 90 feet. Yeah.
90.
Yep.
That's like 90 too much. I don't think I have another ranged thing other than Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast is really
I mean, you could jump after Donovan.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, I won't stay jumping.
Yeah. So, are you gonna Eldritch?
Just Dave and his
I mean, you could get on one of those crossbows.
I do miss
One of the mounted crossbows on the side of the ship.
I'll save that for the
That was
crew,
so
which I
funny.
will yell
Yeah, I have a
for.
horse.
Okay.
Yeah.
You shout to the crew.
Yes, to mount the crossbows.
Okay.
And
Ship action.
I will Eldritch Blast. So that's a 13. That'll hit. And dirty 20.
Yeah.
So I got 2 hits.
Okay.
That'll be a 4 from one and a 7 from the other.
You didn't take agonizing blast?
No, I focused on sword.
Oh, I see. That's right.
Well,
And
you
being
learned
able to
Eldritch Blast.
see
I studied the blade.
Yeah, but I got a pseudo dragon out of it, so who's the real winner?
have a
here?
I can
magical
fly.
greatsword. I mean, which one of us smited an enemy in 1 turn?
Yep, a dragon.
He says while shooting his
Dragon
Eldritch
is a
Blast.
compelling
It's
argument.
nothing but a seeing eye dragon.
You don't know that.
Dragon. And magical resistance.
Yeah, that's why it's always within 10 feet of me.
Okay. So you did that damage.
Yes, and I will use my shoot. I
Pretty
should use my bonus action ahead of time. What's the range on Hexblade's curse?
Did I not?
It's not very far.
No,
I
like
don't know if it's meant to be used for.
The
range.
robot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because I was gonna say, like, did I cast mage armor? I did cast mage armor.
You did, yeah, and it's good
'cause
for
I
8 hours.
had
That's
mage
right.
armor while I
You
was
did that
still
last
mage
time.
armor.
Yes. Even with a short rest, it would still be there.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
Cool, cool.
You were sure.
You like our professional stream setup with the Welch's box as the camera holder.
90 feet. Okay. I'm gonna cast Hex on it with
Cool.
Oh yeah, I know, but
disadvantage on
Today.
Constitution saving throws.
Oh, today.
yeah.
I think it's ability
I
checks,
rolled
not
today.
saving throws.
Not saving
Yeah,
throws.
we can go to that.
Disadvantage on ability checks
Um,
is aid with the chosen ability.
Oh,
I
it's
tell you, I almost
ability
never take
checks.
mage armor.
What?
Have I told
I
you?
feel like
In
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate, it was saving throws.
I know. It is a lot better.
you're gonna use Baldur's. Never mind. We're moving on.
I misremembered it because I never played Warlocks.
Oh yeah.
What do you?
Okay, so
Low AC?
hexing it for what?
Playing it as a
Um,
means I get to have it
Hex,
with
you
that
just.
at will, no
I should have
spell
cast
slot.
Hex
No,
before
whenever I play
Eldritch
Chaos,
Blast.
it's almost always
So,
wizard.
If I had to waste
basically an extra 1d6 damage of necrotic.
You know?
Okay.
On every hit.
Whenever I hit it with an attack, and then
What's the wizard?
it has
The
disadvantage on
recovery spell thingy.
Yeah, arcane recovery.
strength checks.
You okay?
Yeah.
Get my.
Yeah, but why would you do that when you can cast some extra away fireball?
I guess it gives Hex some utility outside of combat.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
Yeah,
So did you
You
do?
wanna make
Okay.
some
So you cast hex. It's got on strength. You said right?
Yes.
Cool. Awesome.
Strength checks, not saving throws.
Strength checks.
Should
Yeah.
be.
Okay.
I never.
Since it does, I mean, it'd be interesting. I'll have to think of an example of where a beholder would need to make a strength check. But yeah, cool. That's kind of fun. With its tentacles. Anyways, because I probably would make it. I would do a dexterity for it. Anyways, but I like it. So it is now. Garen, your turn.
No mercy. Next attack.
Is it crying now?
It's been crying for a while.
You can make a perception check as the Duke.
What if this
Can I make a
beholder
perception
was
check?
like
Yeah.
a widow?
I'll let you guys do that as a free action.
Her,
One.
her
28.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll all 3 attacks first?
You can.
Right, I don't have a modifier. with
Make
perception.
it more efficient. 18 and 20.
Okay. All of those
three
hit.
I got that one.
Okay, yeah.
19.
Yeah, you have no compassion whatsoever. You're just like, this is amazing. It's like exploding, and it's no. You're just I know you're hiding, so you just can't see.
In all, that is 22 piercing and 4 force.
Okay, 22 piercing, 4 force, so a total of 15 damage.
Just a more
With the
painful
19,
tears.
Oz, partially we'll say because of your unique vision, like you can see that this creature appears to be shaking, and there's bits of the blue that kind of every now and then will trickle off, and then the blue will disappear, but you'll see like whatever dropped, and so basically you see it actually crying, and the tears kind of hold on to some of its essence as it loses it. If that makes sense.
Well, that's weird.
So,
I don't know. What do you want me to say?
what was that? So Garen, that was your turn?
Do you think these
Yep, I am.
common?
Okay.
I'm going to, because I move up to it and
Think
move
thieves can't?
out, and I gotta use another energy dice
I can
to stay
speak
flying.
English without
'Kay.
knowing a language. The only problem is they're not close enough for me to.
Wait, so you had moved back 30 feet.
Yeah, so I fly up and then fly back.
Okay.
That way I'm always within 60 feet of the ship, so I can get back to the ship.
Die in the process.
Okay.
because I don't want to be stranded out here.
And you have how many of those bursts?
I got 7 uses left.
Okay.
So I think.
So you've got some
I'm
time.
good.
I just wanted to make sure. Economy as it is. All right. With this, the
Psionics in this economy.
dead holder.
Sonics in this economy? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
So at the beginning of its turn, it's going to trigger another one of those random eye rays. Does Doe still have the percentile die, or were those meadows?
I took
Can we
those
toss them over there?
Take 'em back.
And then let's have
Here we go.
Doe, Braden, and so do that first. I guess we'll see before. We'll see what we get.
9.
Hell yeah.
So
Oh my
so
God, it's bad.
so
Sorry.
Doe, Braden, and not Oz. Jack, would you please roll a D6? And somebody's got to probably toss one down that way.
No, I have plenty of, okay.
Nice job,
It was
Jack.
a really good effort. It was like embarrassingly. There we go. 6.
Okay. What else do we get?
3.
Okay.
Big number.
There we go.
A 5. All right. Okay, so we'll do this first. Wait, no, that's different. You're right. I'm talking to myself now. So a light pink ray shoots out one direction.
Why'd you point at me?
Because that was
You're light pink?
year 3.
Oh. What?
But not necessarily targeting you.
Gotcha.
It's year 3, so I'm keeping it straight in my head.
Oh.
So year 3 is the pink ray that flies off. It's a light pink. Braden's, there's a ray that you all almost can't see because it's black, and that shoots off in another direction. And for the 6, 2 of those same rays split off in another direction.
Wow.
So this time there are 4 rays that split. Yours 6 doubled the worst one. So with that, I do want everyone to make dexterity saving throws.
Do I need to? Because I'm hidden.
Everybody within 10 feet of me gets a +5 to that.
Are we all within 10 feet of you?
No, thank you.
Okay, cool. I'm chilling.
Yeah, because the ship would take
Where
it.
are you?
I'm on the ship.
Net
So, like,
1, let's go.
Okay.
I assume we're all kind of stacked
I
together.
would assume we're like standing together.
Yeah,
on the
okay,
edge.
cool. So I'll get my +5
And
from you.
distinguish
So, yeah,
between you and Meadow, yeah.
Donovan is
Oh,
now
it doesn't
dead,
matter.
I guess.
What'd you get?
Sure, portent diced.
Yeah, I mean, that's always, I should always portrait
Yeah.
dice, and then I never do.
Meadow
To be
rolled
fair,
a
I almost
20.
used that a lot
Of course.
earlier.
She's been burned by you before, or this guy at least. Okay.
21.
Cool.
Let's see, you said +5?
Yes.
That's gonna be 10.
Okay. All right.
1.
1. So,
Oz dies again.
I think I'm going to die.
We're not
this
dead
time.
yet.
okay.
No, it's a
Sure.
death ray. If it's
I've
a
just
death ray,
towed
we're
the
dead.
line several times.
Each of you roll a d4, because there are 4 rays.
Do you need me to?
2.
No,
Okay.
just these 2. Sorry, just the 2 that failed.
So I need to find a D4.
D4.
You can use my 1 if you want.
What'd you get, Garen?
2.
Okay, 1 and 2. All right, the first ray was the enervation ray, the target, and so now
Pink one?
that's the pink one.
Ah,
So it
pink.
did end up targeting you. So make a con save,
Oh.
and
+5.
all the rest are death rays. So
Yes, that'll matter.
I need 10d10 necrotic for Garen's ray.
12.
Yeah.
So if you want to send 2 d10s down, so Doe can help us do some damage.
Yes,
You know,
I will send
this is how you make friends in D&D. You roll the damage against them.
Roll it twice.
I have a lot of health. I will not take it personally.
Thank you, Braden. That is a wise thing. Well
That's
done.
really smart. Yeah.
I don't know.
How many?
So each person does 2d10.
Okay.
I tried looking for them, but I didn't know where they were.
I know. I'm getting more and more sloppy as the summer goes on. I'm going to have to lock it in before the semester starts, so I didn't pull everything out. I'm sorry.
My campaign.
2 weeks to get my mind right.
That scared me.
I need to, but hopefully I need to like re-up a little bit here.
So do I.
What are you asking me for?
2d10s.
Okay. I rolled
10 total damage.
Yeah.
10.
20,
10.
30.
Oh my god.
I forgot the roll.
You guys aren't even trying to challenge me with math here.
7.
Total?
Yeah.
Okay, so 37.
8.
Nice. Okay, so
45.
45. So 45 necrotic damage to Garen's character, Donovan. And what was your con save?
12.
Okay, that's not going to be it. So
No, that's probably enough, right?
16.
Oh, I think 12 is close enough. Can we round up to 16?
No. On a success, you'd still take half. Now we need 8d8 damage.
Well, that's not that bad.
So yeah.
So all of us.
So you roll one, and Doe can roll the other. That you'll split the last 2 sets of d8s. So these two do 2 d8s, and each of you roll one.
Okay.
Just because, yeah,
How many do I do? None?
2 d8s.
Oh, okay. I'm still. Okay.
I know,
How
I'm
much do I do? Because
unnecessarily
I do none.
complicated.
So 8d8, 2, 2.
2, 1, 1. Oh, no, I can't
2,
math.
4, 6.
Yeah, no, I had it right. Yeah,
No, you're good.
I was good.
You did it.
So what was yours?
5.
Okay, 5,
6.
11,
8.
20 is 19,
13.
32,
11.
43 damage to Oz.
What kind of damage?
This is necrotic damage.
This didn't happen to be. Is this a magical necrotic?
It's a ray it's an enervation ray.
I would have needed to roll my advantage earlier. I'll just take my damage.
Yeah. Cool.
I should have asked immediately instead of waiting to see if I was going to take damage off of it.
So during this creature's turn, it has that moment where all of it seems to suddenly stop sobbing, and all of it, the stalks on it kind of go rigid, like a bacteria little thing or whatever, or a virus, with the spikes. And then these rays shoot out, hitting multiple of the party. And then those rays all fall off because of the amount of damage it's taken and given. So
Damn, I should have rolled my resistance.
those stalks,
I
not the
should
rays,
have
the
rolling
stalks.
with advantage because I had Olivia. Oh well.
Sorry, I just do.
Ah.
I raise are magical,
Cool.
which I would not think.
Wait, that's not.
Yeah, it's always one of those things when it's innate part of the creatures, like if a
Yeah.
it's always like, or aberrations or monstrosities,
Yeah.
it's like it's somewhere in the middle.
I was
So
gonna
some
say,
people rule that
If
it
I
is and
wanted
isn't.
to take less damage, I should have asked originally instead of.
Do you want, we can always see if it's half. You want to try your advantage? Technically, you would have gotten it.
It's okay.
Okay.
I'll take my damage.
I mean,
I
you also
should've-
have portents, so there's a little bit of
I could've-
flexibility
To be
here.
fair, oh, actually, yeah, if I had used portent, I would have succeeded on that. I'm stupid.
Do you want to play it that way?
No.
I will let you roll your advantage stuff. The portent, it's a little late, but the blend of your portent and the fact that Olivia usually gives you that, you can go ahead.
For the.
I'm not like actively trying to kill your
Okay,
characters,
I'll take for the
Except for me.
Constitution then.
only because that's what you like.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, well there, we resolved it. You used your
I was
ability.
gonna say that's part of why I was like I don't even want to roll. I know I'm gonna fucking it's gonna be worse.
Okay. With that,
Shit luck when it comes to
it is going to try and move 20 feet closer to the ship. After its stalks fall off and it seems to go back into kind of hovering, floating mode. It's about 70 feet away from the ship. And now that it's closer, everyone now can hear, not just Donovan, notices that this creature's jaw's moving, and it does seem to be sobbing, like ugly crying, as it gets closer. And it is definitely tore up, well bloodied and whatnot. But with that, we move on to Oz.
Final blow.
Wait, so it's crying and
Crying and sobbing,
Does it look like?
and
It's trying to talk?
yeah, it's a garbled. As it gets closer, you realize how zombie it really is, and it looks like it looks like a crying, like ugly crying zombie beholder, and so it's like that.
stupid wasting a action on this, but I'll go ahead and yeah, I guess I'll cast message. So I'm gonna whisper a message, and then it can reply in a whisper only I can hear.
Okay.
What was my plan here?
What's up?
Why do I keep doing this? I keep talking to things without planning what I'm going to say.
Just why are you crying?
Yeah, I guess that would be kind of the most obvious question. Yeah, yep. Why are you crying?
How many words do you get?
It's message. It just
Oh,
says a
just
message.
any?
Yeah.
I think it's
Oh, no,
10,
that's-
10 words.
Is it?
25?
I don't know. It says point your
25
finger.
is sending.
I was gonna
Okay.
say, I have the exact stuff here. It's you point your finger towards a creature within range and whisper a message. The target and only the target hears the message and can reply in a whisper only you can hear.
Yeah.
Anything else after that?
You can cast a spell through solid objects if you're familiar with the target and know it beyond
It doesn't-
barrier. Magical silence, 1 foot of stone.
It doesn't have a set number, but yeah.
Yeah.
So, what I'm assuming message has to be would be in a language you know, in distinction from some of your telepathic abilities.
Yeah, I was gonna say this. Unfortunately, they wouldn't be. I wouldn't necessarily be able to understand without, casting something that lets me understand.
Okay, and it's supposed to be able to whisper back, right?
Yes.
Okay. Will you roll percentile die? This is an uncommon dead holder, so it's a little longer lived than most.
81.
Okay. So luck would have it that this, while just for the sake of the internet now, usually these creatures can't speak and can only understand deep speech and undercommon, but with an 81, that's high enough. We'll say that this one, being the higher level that it is, has very simple speech and has somehow learned common. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't speak any of them.
That being said, it still can only, it's been damaged, its jaw's damaged, it's kind of in a distraught state. And you hear this garbled, "There's master lost," in a deep, liquidy, goopy voice.
Well, that was a waste of an action. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kill it. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I
Yeah.
tried. Listen, this is Oz is apparently talking with this is Oz is talking with non-humanoids art. Anything that can be
That's
spoken to that is
First, it's the
non-humanoid, they'll find a
robot.
way to speak to it. Yeah, robot, dead holder.
Yeah.
What's next?
Yeah.
Okay.
This in Oz's goody two shoes good boy arc. I speak to things.
Okay. I mean, that is what your patron suggested.
Yes,
You know.
I will be communicative.
Okay.
And
Cool.
That's my turn.
Okay. Then we move on to it. It would be Giblet now.
Oh, I forgot. Giblet roll 2.
Yeah. Alrighty, Giblet, go for it. Kill this guy and heal me. One of those two.
Guiding bolt is fun.
Lightning bolt is fun.
I said guiding bolt. I don't
Oh,
know.
guiding bolt.
I don't know if she gets lightning bolt.
Don't think so though. I think Tempest should get it.
It gets called lightning.
I know. That's what I'm thinking. Sorry, there's too many spells there.
Call lightning is level 3. I don't know how to sort them though.
You could find one of the healing spells in there too. That would always be a good idea.
That's an after the battle kind of thing.
That does make sense.
Okay. So what is Giblet doing?
Sorry, I'll
Giblet
keep my
will
I'll die in silence.
appendices
go all
to
storm
myself.
on us and summon storm clouds up above, rumbling with lightning, and have a lightning strike the boulder. It needs a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm upcasting this to level 5.
Okay. Doe, you want to roll a dexterity save for the creature? See if it can warble out of the way. D20. 9. Okay. It gets in the -1 to dexterity. Yeah. It's impressive how many you've rolled.
A 9 will fail.
Yeah, I assume.
No,
It's actually an 8 because I think it's got a -1 on dexterity. So,
This is a 10.
okay. As it gets caught in this storm that Giblet produces, MVP of the day.
34 lightning damage.
Okay. Ouch. And I don't think it's resistant to that particular one.
I woke up early. I was out late last night.
Hang in there, Max. Hang in there. Okay, cool. So 37 lightning damage, and with that, is that enough? That is enough.
Oh, Ghibli kills him?
So Giblet, and you said it's a lightning storm.
Yes.
So, do you want to narrate it or shall I?
Have the others.
Okay. Giblet picks this thing up using storm powers, and it starts spinning, and the storms start moving it all around. And as lightning and hail and that sort of thing start flying through the air, this creature is just kind of torn apart piece by piece as it's. And then the storm dissipates, and all that's left is chunks of its charred corpse. I don't know. Yeah.
So it's not like a whole corpse is in chunks now?
It's now, it was like a 15-foot round creature, like it was 15-foot diameter sphere, basically, and it is now in 4 or 5 dead chunks, charred by lightning and battered by the storm.
Yeah, so I think that could.
Its last message, last words, where's Master lost, to you, to us.
That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. And with that, you all have. So, what would you like to do?
I would like to fly back to the ship with my last.
I'm going to try to speak
Energy
that
point.
one, but I don't think I'm going to.
Why not?
Pieces.
Oh, how many pieces?
5.
I'm trying to.
5 big ones.
We can try and push it together.
Yes, mission.
I mean, does a body have to be whole to speak with dead?
Yeah.
To some extent.
I mean, or just the mouth?
I
It has
mean, I guess it doesn't.
To be in decent condition, if I remember
The
correctly.
corpse must still have a mouth and.
Yeah.
Well, okay. It also can't be undead, so.
Oh, it was already undead. So yeah. So
Now it's dead, though.
now it's
So
dead
it's
undead.
Still counted as
Dead,
undead?
dead. I
Now
think.
it's dead. So.
It was a different kind of undead. You could try.
I mean,
You
I
want to
can
spend a
cast
spell
it-
slot?
Well, I can actually cast it at will without spell slot.
What?
because I'm a warlock and
All right.
My Eldritch Invocations. But I also need to be within 10 feet of it, and that was also going to be a problem, is how do I get within 10 feet of
Ooh.
it?
I mean,
Crossbow with a rope on it.
A what?
You shoot a crossbow bolt with a rope on it.
Oh, and pull it in?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just
Well, I'm
makes
not
you-
going to do that, but someone else could do that.
Olden's
Someone with
not gonna
higher,
do it.
somebody with higher dexterity.
if you announce that's, are you announcing that you're like get its corpse in here, or
Yeah, I guess Oz did have them collect corpses earlier, but it wouldn't be out of character.
there's still a pile of them and nobody got rid of them?
Oh, that's right.
There's
Well, I
still
haven't
a
had an opportunity-
pile
I
of
haven't
dead
had an
slod
I
in the
don't
middle
want
of
to
the
get rid
ship.
them. I haven't had an opportunity to use them yet.
Mm-hmm.
What
I
are you
don't like how
gonna use
we're.
them for?
Yes.
Dance macabre.
I don't like how we're. Just
They're now
using
like 2.5
corpses now.
days old
Yeah,
in
They don't have to be
below
official.
in your cargo bay. You've got to have something
they don't
for
have to be
cargo.
official. And we could even take all the skin and flesh off of them and everything.
Is there anything on the ship that's not corpses?
Yes.
Like, well, besides.
Okay, well he is a corpse, but the rest of
I'm a
us.
skeleton. Excuse me.
Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean-
I am going to announce
I mean,
to the crew.
supplies, cargo, goods. Like, do we have anything going for us
Yes.
besides ourselves?
Yeah, I think we have like
No.
food and stuff. Dude, don't say that.
The goblin who had manned the new swivel guns, that you guys had, that were kind of was when the goblin boy saw that it was blown up, it was just about to fire because that was going to happen at the end of the round, and then when you say, "Give me those pieces," it gets really excited and so shoots out, so ties a rope to the harpoon and
Starts collecting all the
Yeah.
bits.
yep.
Okay. When they're within 10 feet, I'd like to.
Shouldn't we mush them together first?
Why? I guess I would.
We can say that the jaw is in one piece, that piece is there, and then the rest is
Yeah, I mean, I guess we can.
just to make this easier.
I don't know how we'll push it together. Just I hope that it works. Hope that the spell
Unless
will
someone wants to
hold
make like a
together.
nature check and
Can I
see
do Arcana?
to.
Mush it back together?
What? What are
No, just like put the like a little puzzle, like put the bits back.
Well, they're not
Why,
the
why
shapes.
Arcana?
Well, it's like
Knowledge of magical.
yeah, it's a magical creature.
Okay, sure.
And
I just was curious about the justification. That's all. All right. I was gonna say yes either way.
18.
Yeah.
Pretty
I mean,
good.
this thing's pretty beat up and pretty goopy, but
Gross.
Get some tape.
it's a little. You know, what helps is that it was really charred on the outside. So like a meatball that's been cooked just right, like the outside is a little firmer than the inside's squishiness. And so you're able to kind of use that to get the
Yeah.
pieces together.
Like a burnt marshmallow.
Yeah.
That's kind of what he is.
So what are we doing with this?
And it's now sitting on like in pieces, kind of.
Mush it back.
So you wanted them hanging like where it was just 10 feet off, but it's like kind of
I
hanging
mean, I
next
guess
to the
we could
ship.
bring it onto the ship, but that seems like a bad idea. I'm thinking maybe just leave it.
Oh, so now you don't want to collect the corpses.
These are different corpses. I can't use this corpse for much.
Well, actually, you already said you were wanting to arrange it, so the goblins would have
But no.
pulled it over for you. Yeah.
Okay,
So
it's on
that
the ship.
so it's on the deck of the ship.
I mean, we
We
can
can sell
we can get rid of this once I'm done with it. But first, I'd
Yeah.
like to try
See-
something.
So parts of this, enough for the jaw at least, because it was pretty big at this point, are sitting on the deck. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Speak with Dead on it.
Okay. And then let's have you make an Arcana check with advantage.
Oh, I like
Oh, I was gonna say, can I help?
I'm actually not like the best at Arcana.
With advantage, you also could have portented it.
Use my portent on the other one.
You could.
I'd say do it.
That's a guaranteed 18. Yeah, I'll use my portent dice to guarantee myself a good roll, and that'll be an 18.
Okay. So cool. So with that, yes, you can. Even though it seems outside the normal parameters, this creature seems to be abnormal, and so you cast Speak with Dead.
Okay, we get 5 questions. Anybody have any suggestions?
Who is your master?
So your first question was, does anyone have any suggestions? And it says.
Oh, okay. I mean, listen, you can play it that way.
I know, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I won't do that. Go
No, no, no.
ahead.
Don't answer anything. We asked that we're not for you.
It's okay. The magic knows what intention, I guess. So go for it. I'm sorry.
Don't have to,
I was just being sassy.
Why did you say that? I didn't.
Can I ask you questions, or is it just you?
Well, yeah, I was gonna say it seems to understand common, so I suppose any of us can probably ask questions. I don't think it specifically needs to be the person who cast it. It doesn't seem that way anyway.
Well, I don't have any questions. I don't see the value in speaking to aberrations.
Who's your master?
Oh, that is a good question.
I see.
Just gotta wait for ChatGPT to generate something.
No. I have to take into account that these don't usually speak, and I was trying to think if they would simplify the description rather than give a name. Like, how would they call master? You're not wrong sometimes. It's like, I do that. I use the tools at my disposal.
They are highly.
My sister got really mad that I was using GPT so much. Anyways.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. It can answer like
But yeah,
perfectly.
yeah.
It also doesn't even have to answer truthfully. It can lie if it wants to.
I'm sorry. I also wasn't prepared to give this thing after death words, so simmer down. No, it's okay. I'm playing. I'm just giving him a hard time for calling me out on GPT. You would hear. Gosh, how would he describe? How would this creature describe it? In common, it would come out as a garbled, shadowed cloak. Like you hear the tongue trying to form the words as it is in its zombie form. Like there's a whole lot of glottal goop going on right now. Like high congestion, sorry.
What? Where are you from?
What does zombie know where they're from?
Well, beholders are typically from the far realm of being aberrations. Beholders are, I think, are from the far realm or some sort of aberration
We don't
place.
necessarily know that.
Is that what
Yeah.
you are?
I guess that's.
Plus, I don't know if I want that going.
So where are you from?
See, that might not be a good.
Be able to say it. This would be. Does anyone speak on? Oh gosh, what was the language? It was right there. Sometimes in my brain. Does anyone understand deep speech or undercommon?
Oh, dang! I wish
No.
I had. I
But
No, but if
considered
it
it.
repeats but if it says something in that language, then I will repeat the question telepathically, where we don't have to share language for us to understand each other.
Okay, fine.
So that
So
counts
I mean,
as a
I'm
question.
happy to use
Okay.
my third question.
I
to
gotcha.
repeat it, Yeah.
Okay.
So I will. I
So
will lose the question.
I was gonna give it a cool name.
Okay.
Fine.
I mean, you can still do it.
I know. I'm trying.
Just
Okay.
ask the
So
question and repeat it.
so it's going to be Darbathon, is what it says in the garbledy tongue.
Can I make an arcana check to see if I know where that is?
It would be history.
History?
Can I also
I
do
just
history?
lost that proficiency. Ooh, that's still good. 22.
No, I'm wondering.
Okay.
That seems good enough.
Are you waiting for them to like think and that sort of thing
What?
as you're asking the questions, or are you kind of taking it slow?
I mean, I guess, how much time do I have? I think I have plenty of time where I don't necessarily have to rush.
I think it's when the questions are done.
I have 10 minutes,
Okay.
so I have enough time to
Cool.
consider. Sorry, I'm just going to use your
Yeah,
first
you're right.
10
Sometimes
minutes,
the
that's
pop
all
culture messes up your understanding of the spell, right? The end scene on the movie. Did you guys watch all the way through to the end scene?
Yes.
Okay,
Well,
good.
that was also
good.
specific aim. There wasn't
I know.
stupid bit.
Oh, that's right.
Although, actually, the
All right, so you had a
stop
22.
activation in the Thieves Gallery book does say it casts Speaketh Dead.
Does it?
Yeah, I
Oh.
checked the stat blocks.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah,
Okay.
Anyway.
Or just
Oh, yeah,
ability
what,
that crits
so
a
did
friendly
you
ally.
get a? What?
So you got a 22.
Yeah.
Can I also
Okay.
roll for
Like,
it?
if
I
you
might
have
get
something
Yeah, you can.
inside,
Maybe
not
that might
like
know
it's
more.
hilarious.
I can history, but better.
I love to use his stat block without telling
Okay.
people it's his stat block. They have that stat
27.
block betrays them and get
Okay, so yeah.
rejoice in the auto crit.
So how do I give this one? So, which one do I want to do? Okay. With a 22 and a 27. The 22, it is an obscure reference. And it's one that you don't speak the original language, but you've heard of. But remind me your background so that,
Mercenary from the Underdark.
okay, so actually it does work.
You
Cool.
don't speak Undercommon?
There was a huge language barrier. Like me and my family had trouble. It feels bad.
So
All right.
this works
I'm
really
very
well
serious
actually for
reason
us.
Picking my other language.
All right.
So this actually works really well for us. So it's like you recognize this term, and it's a hard but that lack of knowledge about the languages the beholder usually uses is you've heard it before from where you grew up, but you didn't understand.
I could be wrong.
And you had a 27.
History.
Right.
Yeah, what's
Of
your
history.
address for aliens?
Popped in
Here you
to the Underdark before.
Oh,
Had a quick little trip.
I thought you were gonna say better than
He's
that.
a-
That's usually what you say.
No, he's been places.
Okay.
He's popped into the Underdark once or twice, and then
Sure, you
left.
fit right in.
Yeah, and promptly left. And it's disgusting down there.
It's
Okay.
got its nice spots.
For you,
Bioluminescence is cool.
with a 27, so it is a vague reference, and you're like, oh, that's something about the Underdark, you know. And for you, you are familiar with that being, and you need it higher than a 25 to get this much information, even this much information. But in the Underdark, there are sometimes, and it's fresh for you partially because of where you're at and you guys' experiences over the last few weeks with these portals to other planes and that sort of thing. But sometimes in the Underdark, things like that happen too. And there is a place that's referenced in some random obscure thing that you've discovered in your
Travels.
travels of the last undead years that your boss has sent you on, your patron sent you on. That somewhere in the Underdark there is supposed to be some sort of pocket portal to a lich's lair that's connected to that name. And with the 27, that's all you can remember because it's fairly obscure.
Well, I believe this little ghouly bastard is from some lich's lair.
Well, that
if I
explains
remember
how he got
Liches
like
are
this.
Yes.
Well, I was gonna ask him how he got like this, but I suppose that
I
answers the
suppose
question.
it was a lich.
Yeah.
I think that answers it.
Yeah. Do we have any more questions for it?
What's his favorite color?
I was gonna say like I
How
was.
many
gonna-
questions do we have left? 2?
3.
Three.
Unless did I have to? Okay, yeah, so 3.
Giblet asked what's his favorite color.
That's a good question.
That is a Giblet question.
Yeah.
Giblet, that's such a waste of a question.
Do we have any other questions we want to ask?
I don't know, but
Exactly.
at least. But anyway, I see.
How did escape?
Great.
Why is it here?
It's very
Great.
good, it's great.
How'd you get to the ethereal plane?
Lost.
That was kind of, I mean, that was kind of sad. I actually, when I didn't attack it, that was because I was asking about, asking a question that I was lost. So I was lost.
Well, you said what are you doing here, right?
That's why you're crying, and then
Yeah,
you
that's
said,
different.
Master lost. So
Yeah.
From Oz's perspective, it was like, oh, it's lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, how
But
did
you
it
said
get here, though?
so. Is
That's
that
more
is
specific.
that the question?
Yeah. How did it get to
I mean,
the
yeah,
ethereal
that's the
plane?
question.
Okay.
Yeah. that's the question.
I'm like trying real hard to do this voice because I don't get to do as many. I realize. The master through the door sent me.
I couldn't quite hear there. Could you
This
speak
guy's
up
got
a
a
little
door
bit?
to the ethereal plane. Like he said, master through door sent me or something
Yeah,
along those
so
lines.
there's probably a portal somewhere to the Underdark.
Well, so we
then.
kicked him out.
I mean, maybe, I don't know. We don't necessarily know that. Okay, we have one question left. Let's consider this before we just ask a question.
What's your favorite food?
Oh my god. I expect this from Giblet. What are you doing?
I want to know.
If Oz has other intentions, I already. Are you sure?
Go for it.
Okay. Rosemary tea.
A little more
And this jaw's like rosemary tea.
and then
And then yeah, that's kind of it.
Just make me happy.
And the
I
magic
was expecting
disperses.
rosemary tea.
What were you expecting?
I don't know. Guts. It's a little more sophisticated than I expected.
Alright, well,
How does he drink it?
I assume at one point he was alive.
Yeah, but he doesn't have any hands.
A straw. Sorry. Sorry,
Just
I
a
couldn't
really
help it.
long straw?
I'm just saying, it's a straw.
Like,
You think so?
he just kind of levitates
Mm.
above you.
Okay.
So,
There is a pile of goopiness,
Alright,
easily 5 foot
I didn't
piled
necessarily-
high on your.
I didn't necessarily
Fine.
want this on the ship. I was kind of just hoping it would be next to the ship, so I'm gonna leave this to you to clean up.
Yes, I'm gonna look. Are there any valuable, because, beholder eye stocks, those are valuable. Are there any. good
Investigation
condition?
checks for anyone who wants to try and loot the body.
I love looting.
Giblet wants to loot the body.
24.
Okay.
I assume, is Giblet looting the body
Yeah,
with me?
Brayden, loot the body for Giblet. Look
Okay,
for
let's
an
go.
organ. Look for an organ.
No, she's not gonna look for an organ.
The big eye?
Not a big eye. She's gonna see if there are any stocks left.
Okay.
Oh, that's what I'm doing.
Yes. So she wants to see
Stock.
if there's.
All right.
She wants one stock.
Roll investigation first for Giblet, and then we will do a contested initiative, which will probably go to the Duke. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a 4.
okay, so 15 investigation, 24 investigation. Both of you make dexterity checks, contested checks.
Can I make your check a 4?
You can important it.
Are you?
No. I'll save my 4 just in case I need
Okay.
it.
Cool.
Ooh, that's bad. 8.
Oh, Meadow didn't get nominated.
Man, I didn't even
Oh.
Tell her we believe in her.
Tell her we nominate her
Yes.
Yeah.
for best character, Giblet.
That is true.
MVP of the
Ty, I know you
of the
haven't answered
knights.
who your favorite character is, but we all know it's Giblet.
It's always Giblet. That's our favorite character.
I'm getting a wait hold up in all capitals, so we'll see for a second.
Or does that mean she wants to come back and join us and play some more?
No, I think she's gonna stay at theater, but
Oh,
maybe
okay.
they're adding something.
Okay. Cool.
Surprise, best person ever in the universe award.
What was
Oh, no.
Giblet's?
What was Giblet's dex check?
12.
Okay.
Eight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Bad.
I didn't even have to portend it.
Yeah,
he
you
got
didn't need a
4.
410.
Yeah, he got
So, yeah, that's pretty low. Giblet is moving faster, which is why she's not investigating as well. However, she does get to the one remaining stalk.
Actually, no, you should get the stock. That way you can pay me back the gold I gave you. Damn it.
And that stalk is so Giblet gets to the stalk that would have been connected to the fear ray.
At the end of the day.
Something gold.
So if you want to make note of that,
And hopefully everyone else.
is he going to remove it?
Giblet will take a knife and cut it off the base.
Okay. You go searching and you're like on the other side, and so it happens to be like right there by Giblet.
Are there any like loose organs hanging out of it? I'll take
Yeah.
something.
So while Giblet does get to the stalk first, you start digging around, and hold on. Actually, I want to look up the mechanics of.
I have a hard time believing it, but maybe for.
I don't know. He does field work.
Yeah. Plus, I don't know.
Okay,
We've been
what
doing
would be
kind of
something
mediocre
used
and
by,
giving your, patron stuff.
It's not
so-
my fault. He
Okay.
doesn't text us back.
She got
He's
one.
ghosting me.
Meadow got one nomination.
Yeah.
It wasn't for any of the bigger shows, but it was for the Frozen Junior Magic lighting for Let It Go.
That's still. I mean, that's a nomination. Yeah.
So Meadow, we.
She got the
have-
children's theater nomination. That's solid.
Exactly. We believe Meadow will win. We'll make sure of it.
Have you seen the Savannah Bananas? Brina?
I haven't got to watch them, but I worked it,
Oh yeah.
so I got to sneak inside and watch a little bit of it.
Oh, that's cool. I want to go see him.
So I bought the T-shirt while I was working.
Yeah. No, that's sick.
You start digging around, and you find like you're hitting things, and you're like most of this doesn't like. There's not like bones. There's a lot of cartilage, and that sort of thing that's helping it kind of hold its spherical shape and that the stalk seemed to have been coming out of. But as you kind of dig through the muck of this with your 24, you find 1, 2, 3. Roll a d8 for me.
Okay.
These things that are like in the goop
5.
have a harder surface, and you can't like you're feeling them, and they feel irregularly shaped, and you're pulling out these weird things that feel like rocks. And as you do, like you brush some of them off, and you find 5 diamonds.
Oh my god.
And they aren't small. They are worth approximately. Actually, make insight check for that.
How much did I give
Insight
you
is more
again?
like social reading.
Yeah,
I feel
could
like.
I?
I can't think of something better for appraisal.
History, investigation. I do have jeweler's tools,
You
and I have
jeweler's tools?
proficiency in it.
Maybe
Okay,
intelligence
so-
check
so-
using jeweler's tools?
I like what he said. So
That's right.
intelligence and proficiency.
What's my proficiency?
Yeah, because that's okay. And that's within your expertise, so it makes sense. We'll call it good.
Plus 7.
Like some of these things I just have to make up for good story. Don't judge me.
23.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So you think that in the right market, these 5 gems could be worth 6,000-7,000 gold.
How much
Oh
did
my-
I give you?
300. Yeah, because I had 700.
Good.
And-
You'll be able to pay me back.
Yeah, I can pay you back. I can buy more stocks.
Oh my god.
And with the realization also goes like, oh, we didn't get all the pieces, and man, we blew this thing apart. Like, is there like, there's a realization of like there could have been, who knows how many were used for this thing.
I'm more interested that it doesn't have a skeleton. Usually beholders have skeleton. The Lich took this guy's skeleton out.
It was more of a.
Maybe not this one.
It was like at this point, whatever skeletal structure was all cartilage is all.
Okay.
That's all it is.
I kinda
But
like
yes.
the idea of the Lich taking the beholder skeleton out.
Sure.
Could've.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So,
Maybe he.
Actually, you're trying
Maybe
to hide
they,
the fact that you found diamonds.
There's a lot going on,
I mean, I can
but
stealth.
you could try sleight of hand if
Yeah,
you
I'll do stealth.
with disadvantage.
Why disadvantage?
Because you're like discovering as you go, and like you're like,
You're
what
appraising
is
right now."
this?
Okay, fair
And people
enough.
are watching.
Yeah, and
We're like,
yeah,
what is he doing? Get
Like-
out of that.
yeah, and
Don't
it's
get
so
sick.
disgusting what you're doing that it's hard not to for people to look at you and gag.
So 19.
I mean, it's still within.
19.
I was gonna say it's still within your wheelhouse.
Yeah, I've rolled a 1 and a 3.
Okay, let's
That
see
goes
if
up to a 10.
anyone cool notices.
Can I roll perception?
Yeah, you guys can roll perception against his
I
19
could
sleight
roll
of hand.
19.
You guys,
The crew doesn't notice.
I also don't notice. I rolled a 2.
I don't notice either.
Roll 2.
And Giblet's distracted with the tentacle thing. All right, so
No
yeah,
one noticed.
no one notices.
Cool.
Man,
Cool.
I sure hope
Imagine.
Goldman will
I just
eventually
wanted
be
you
able
to
pay
earn
me
it,
back.
Max. I
Goldman's
wanted
a
you to
man of
earn
his
it.
word, most of the time, some of the time, when he feels like it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah,
I mean, I
he's
did also steal from
So-
Goldman. You stole from me though as well.
Fighting is super.
borrowed.
So,
Oh, it's, I thought it was.
Sephi will come out of her room.
Ah,
Why? Why is there a piled slop, a mess on the deck of our ship?
Oz wanted it,
no,
but
no. I didn't want it. I wanted it closer so I could cast a spell on
This
We
is
needed to keep
this
it
is
together.
disgusting. Just for the record.
it. I agree.
Now, I'm curious. You know, I go take a nap for an hour after the whole robot incident. You know, and I just said I took a nap.
Huh. All right, continue.
Can I roll insight on that? I don't know if she sleeps.
We're finished up, definitely.
Does a 10?
You're convinced that that was not true.
Okay.
That whatever she calls a nap isn't a nap.
To be fair, Goldman doesn't need to nap either.
Yeah.
I-
Anyway, for an hour,
Yeah.
and you run it. Why is it on the deck?
We don't know.
I
Can-
don't know.
Can
why-
we?
To get the bits.
Do you get any bits?
Giblet got some.
I found a stock.
Nice. What you gonna do with it?
I don't know yet. Is it Oliver too?
The name will come later. But I might want to arm wrestle.
I was gonna say,
God,
Arm
your
wrestle
giblet
the
is
stock.
uncanny. Your giblet is uncannily good.
I was
Scary.
thinking when we were doing Speak with Dead, suggesting that Giblet arm wrestle.
Oh, why didn't you? Oh, you should have said that.
For the
know.
record, both Giblet and the Duke are
Covered.
just
Knee-deep.
covered, not even knee, like full body, like yeah.
Gross.
To investigate the way that they did, there had to be full body
We just
gross,
mixed up
like
guys
it's just
and
all
put it-
over.
You know,
It was
I
like
didn't
mud
take,
wrestling.
prestidigitation or anything. Like, are you a wizard?
No, I didn't.
And there is this like this burnt flesh smell that's like, you know, that's like rancid meat, burnt flesh. Like just to be clearly visceral about this, like this is the scenario.
I can cast darkness so that we can't see him anymore if you'd like.
Well, I'm just gonna step out there. I'm gonna cast Unseen Servant and command my Unseen Servant to clean me.
Can I also cast Unseen Servant to clean him?
I also
Also,
not clean myself.
Giblet or never mind. Okay, your unseen servant starts scrubbing. Like you all see, just random patches start to kind of get clean and or smear on the Duke's leg because unseen servants are what 2-3 feet tall. Does it give it a height? I thought they were little.
No,
No,
that's tiny
no.
servant.
medium
Oh, okay.
force.
Okay. All right. Cool. So yeah, just randomly, the Duke's clothes will just have these smears go across it, and a pile of goop land on the ground. And the unseen servant's hands, you know, will become visible as the stuff coats them.
It's not a living thing, so it probably doesn't have a color. But
It's
I mean,
a force.
yeah, it's not a living thing, so it probably doesn't have a color. But I mean, I can still see it because I'm within 10 feet of Olivia, who is 10 feet of blind sight. I assume I'm within 10 feet of you, probably.
At some point, yeah.
So So everyone else sees like random patches getting cleaned, and I'm like,
It would glow.
"It has unseen service." Actually, I already knew that because you cast it a while ago, and I could see it.
I'm gonna say that it would glow.
Went in after,
Oh, you're
yeah,
right.
I already knew you could cast unseen servant.
Yeah.
You see the
The
unseen
unseen
servant
servant.
yellow.
Oh, it does have a color.
Yeah,
I see.
it's the same color I think that Sephi glowed
This
as a
implies
construct.
that unseen servants are living. This is
Yeah, well, you know, on the Ethereal, I don't know.
Elementals.
For the sake of your site,
That is true, yeah.
I don't see anything.
This just gives some odds.
All right.
Jeez, they are alive. What
So-
what happens to them when they disappear?
Sephi will indicate to the elves and goblins to like shove it off the ship unless you guys stop them.
No, I don't
Okay.
want it. I just wanted to talk to him.
I'll help shove it off.
Okay. There's a lot of smearing involved as it slowly over the side.
Take a shovel, get some
Why'd
of
you
the
do
guts
this?
that are left behind.
We needed to talk to her.
And and the smell does not go away, but it slowly floats down. Well, it's 60 feet at 60-foot fall per round-ish. So it's falling 10 feet a second as it goes. Anyway,
Alrighty.
Well,
with that,
Nice to meet you.
Grothar Bog. With that, Sephi will say, well, I'm going to let you all deal with that. Come get me when we get where we're going, just in case I need to do something there.
Sure.
And she'll go back into her little quarters.
Have a nice nap.
Thanks. It's time to study, I think. And so she goes off.
Can I get healed?
Do what?
I said, can I get healed?
No.
So yeah, Grothar Bog cursing and shouting at the other second mates that are guiding your ship to get a move on, will continue your travels toward the Shadow Fringe. What do you do as you travel?
Oh, I
Long
guess I
rest.
could
Are
show
there any
that.
weights
Oh.
on the ship?
Wait.
Like for.
Cro-
I don't think so.
There are the slotty toad-like bodies, humanoid
also-
bodies, and
There's
the
like barrels and stuff too.
There are barrels.
I'll get a barrel and just start lifting it.
Okay.
Like on the deck?
No, where the barrel is. So if the barrel's
With the
below deck,
bodies?
then
Where are we keeping the bodies?
Last I remember, you guys had piled up the slotty bodies in the mid-deck cargo hold.
Is that the same place we keep like our food and stuff?
It's about 20 feet over, but yeah.
That's probably enough space.
I don't need it. I'm fine.
You're a paladin. You can purify food and drink.
he's a paladin.
Yes.
Who do you work for? Is that also classified?
Yes.
Yeah.
They have some.
I can't today, but I can tomorrow.
Okay, well, yeah. So listen,
It's all
listen.
about
I'll get rid of the bodies at some point. Just next time we need them.
Or there was.
Got you.
Next time we need them, I'll get rid of them. But for now, it's easier than just waiting
No,
till people
there's,
die.
there's
You
no
know.
snacks, but there's no
Yeah.
water. I looked.
But yeah. So our food will be fine. Our food is fine. If anyone gets sick,
Looks like I need to make
we
a
can
Costco
heal them
run.
anyway.
Are the bodies rotting?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
And
I
stuff.
don't think we prevented it from rotting.
Gross.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine. I don't need them to be whole for me to use them.
That's creepy.
Don't worry about it. But
Well.
yeah, so how long is it going to be before we get there?
It's Groth has. If you ask Groth
Sure.
or one of the second mates, they've never gone here before. They had to get a description of what it felt like and what it was supposed to look like, and so they're not sure how travel will be affected. I'm trying to think if you wanted to try and make some sort of insider history or something like that into it, you might be able to try and deduce from what is known of the Shadow Fell or Shadow Fringe.
Do you want me to help?
17 on history. I mean, you can also roll history and stuff if you want. But I rolled 17.
I'm good history, but better.
Sure. 4.
22.
So yours is a history and yours is
Also history.
also history. All right.
I mean, I guess I could make it a 10 if you'd like, but I history.
So with a 17, you know that the shadow fringes equivalent of the day and night cycle, daytime hours, receive some illumination from bands set over the horizon.
I only remember like non-related information.
Well, you have to kind of deduce, and this is, and you have to go, what do I know about shadow
this
fringe?
tracks.
It's
Unrelated
really-
information.
actually, I like the idea of like Oz like spouting out like, well, didn't you know
Yeah,
the
that-
daytime hours receive some
It's like a
illumination?
fun fact.
I mean, that would be very.
Yeah.
Listen, Oz came from a wizard tower.
From a
Knowing
ba-
random
yeah.
pedantic information that's not helpful is probably pretty far up your sleeve.
See, at first, yeah, okay. So, illumination from a band of light set over the horizon that shone as bright as the sun did over deserts in Faerun. Small beams of radiance show around shapes and figures within the fringe, but the nighttime hours within the fringe were referred to as the shifting. And with that, the day and night, sometimes because of its correlation to Shadowfell things, time sometimes acts differently. Travel acts differently. And sometimes it's faster and sometimes it's slower. With a 7,
Faster and slower.
with a, so it's a strain. It's not completely the way the Feywild is in that sense, but there is some echoing of it as a plane. And so the shadow fringe is supposed to have some of those things.
But I have no clue how far away, how long it's going to take us to get there.
It means that it's complicated with the 17,
Gotcha.
but you provide kind of that baseline that then, what was yours, a
22.
22?
Yeah.
But with the 22 and kind of with this creature sitting there, there is a,
I mean, the creature that we dumped over the.
that you dumped over the side, like that
the
just
remnants
happening.
Of the creature that
Yeah.
we dumped over the side.
Because of the way sometimes the shadow fringe, like you're reminded of, what's it called? There once was a shadow adept who could transport himself and others through the fringe by means of access to a shadow weave, and was said to have walked between Menzoberranzan and Zen in the Underdark, and Grokstug in the shadow fringe, I believe, in just a few hours through this, which was 100 miles.
So we
Ish.
can walk from the Underdark to the ethereal plane somehow.
Via the
Well-
shadow fringe, I guess.
So the
Or
shadow,
via
the shadow fringe is something that,
All this to say that we have no clue how long it's going to take to get there.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm getting at?
you like how I did that? That it's very possible it could go very quickly with the right
Probably just short rest.
situation.
That's my thought. All right, and you wanted an explanation as to why you're blue.
Yes. Why am I blue?
Oh, you're undead.
Do you see all undead as blue?
Yes.
So you see
How?
colors.
Yes.
How does that work exactly? Where'd it come from?
What? So you see, I mean, obviously I see everybody normally, the same way everyone else sees everyone.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, go for it. Yeah, that is.
So you have to do a
lie.
deception,
I will-
right?
Yeah, I guess I'll decept.
And while this is happening, just to
bother.
clarify,
Don't bother.
the
It's not one.
fringe or the shadow fringe is an intersection place of material plane, prime material plane, plane of shadow, and parts of the ethereal.
Oh,
So
so they're
it's-
all
it's-
kind of mashed together.
The shadow fringe creates this kind of intersection between planes.
I don't think anyone could beat a 28
With your
on
22.
my deception.
3.
Yeah, I rolled
What
a
was your-
28.
I have no reason to doubt
What was your
your
insight?
character.
Yeah.
Unnatural one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I told her to not even bother rolling.
So you're like, of course Oz sees. Like, there's nothing about what Oz just said that makes you think they are being dishonest.
Exactly. I guess you could have Giblet roll
choose
insight,
not
but
to disprove you at this moment.
right.
Because the dice say so.
But you see,
So anyways,
Anyways,
outside of my normal vision that I have the same as anyone else would, I also, I guess, I mean, arcane might be not quite the right word, but it's arcane in nature, I suppose. The nature of it is still actually not fully understood even by myself. But all this to say that I can also see sort of like an aura around like people. It gives me more insight into what they are. For example, most like living humanoids glow sort of like a reddish color.
That's interesting.
Undead glow a Sephi as a construct is yellow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you for explaining that.
I
I wish
mean-
everyone would explain the cool powers that I can. I don't know.
I mean, listen, there's nothing about that gives you any sort of advantage over me in any way, so.
Yeah, and learning who someone works for wouldn't give me any advantage over them either.
Well, I'm not going to tell you that
No,
necessarily.
I'm not asking you. I'm asking someone else.
What? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Who you work for. I'm still
This
curious.
isn't show and tell.
Oh, it's classified.
Oh, still classified.
Very-
Even after everyone else is.
Much prime.
I am very.
What's
much proud.
what's your angle?
What's my angle? I'd say obtuse. I'm a very obtuse person.
Why do you want to know?
Solid. Solid.
I think I deserve inspiration for that. I'm kidding. That was a joke. I'm not gonna ask for. Okay, well, my reasoning. I just think trust is a very important thing in a mercenary
So
group.
then, who do you work for?
Oh, I can tell you that. He has a name and a very good one too. Give me a second.
And it's a good name. I like that.
I mean, some
Well, I
names are
call him
good names.
Endar. He's a chill guy. He's a cool chill guy.
I'm very familiar with cool chill guys.
But his whole deal is he just wants to make sure that the world stays safe from incursions of specifically aberrations. He wants to make sure creatures from the farm do not take over the world.
Fun.
That seems noble, I suppose.
He's an interesting fellow. He's a bit of a weirdo. Don't tell him I said that.
That's
Tell me
okay.
him right
Our
now.
boss
What's his
is
name
a little
again?
bit of a weirdo too.
Maybe we have the same boss. It would help if I knew yours name so we could trade notes.
No, it's still
No.
classified.
We just met you. We've known you for like 8 hours.
I mean, these guys that we've known for like a week now don't even know our boss's name.
Oh, darn. Anyways.
Because that's how long we've
No,
been
any knowledge I
traveling
have
for.
on them
I
is
think you guys are at a week and a half,
week
roughly.
and a
Yeah.
Accident.
And he's been around for 2 days, roughly, I think. Because you guys stayed on the ship for a bit.
You know, most of our knowledge of each other is accidental at best.
Yeah.
I like being an open,
3
honest
of us
person.
have already gone missing.
3.
That's right.
Where's Ben?
Oh,
Elwin,
good
Elwin,
point,
yeah.
Elwin.
Who's
Yeah.
He's
Elwin.
been
Elwin is sleeping.
he's been sleeping.
That's what they
Snuggled with his sword.
Yeah.
Glaive,
It's a glaive.
Glaive, that's right.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
long
Yeah.
sword.
He's just been in a deep trance communicating with his patron.
His sword.
Yeah.
Patron. Yes.
Oh my gosh, if only he were still here.
I mean,
4 of the 6
so
of us
I
would
mean,
be well
only
lost.
only one person
Yeah.
really disappeared without explanation,
Rest in peace, Dave.
and he did still respond to a sending spell. So we do know that Dave
You
is
guys-
safe-ish.
You guys
Again,
are sending?
whoever this Dave guy is
Huh?
is
You
awesome.
guys are sending?
Yeah, Giblet casts is sending.
That is quite
Cleric.
interesting. Clerics are cool. I never actually met one.
You have.
Giblet.
Before,
Ah.
back when I lived in the Underdark as a bounty hunter.
You don't have any clerics of your gods?
No
Um,
priestess of
Well,
Loth.
that's not where I'm from. Everyone,
That's
just
a
because
big part of the Underdark. They,
I am
the
from
drow
a
get around.
small deep gnome enclave, so
So not low.
Who do
Gone.
the gnomes worship?
I think it's like, is it Oler? I don't know. There is a name. I don't.
Religion is like the one intelligence I
I
know.
I never personally visited the temple.
I know Gond is one they worship for.
That's the god of creation. Like the deep gnomes have a specific god, and I don't remember the name.
God.
And my character doesn't know either. I never paid much attention. As I
So
said,
you
there was a language barrier.
That's right. You don't speak Undercommon. How long did you live there?
All my life.
have you
He willfully chose not to learn Undercommon.
No one ever volunteered to teach me.
Oh, gross, man.
My patron did teach me his language, and that was pretty cool.
You have a patron.
Yeah, I just
yeah, his boss.
I know.
What was his name? I already forgot it.
Endar.
Endar.
He has a full name, but that's Endar Valos. That's his full
This
name.
means nothing to me.
He's
I don't know
not a
who
very
this person
well-known
is.
guy. He keeps a low profile. He's a dragon.
You should.
Oh, you speak Draconic?
I do speak Draconic.
That's crazy. I also speak Draconic. We have so much in common.
We have so much in common.
Do you guys start saying that in Draconic?
No.
Just checking. Just
No,
checking.
I'm just gonna say it in
Oh
common.
my gosh, Goldman, we have so much in common.
Yeah.
What do you
And-
speak?
In
We speak
Draconic, I was-
Dwarvish.
We do speak
We speak
Dwarvish.
In then
just
I
comprehend
will-
language
Yeah.
and be like, I also speak Dwarvish.
Yeah, we predator high five.
In Draconic, I'll ask, what do you think the deal with those guys is, anyways? Like, I don't like secret people.
I'll telepathically respond.
Okay.
I'll telepathically respond.
Just because I learned psionics from an Emerald Dragon, it doesn't mean I get everything cool.
Telepathically respond and say, I don't know, I think they're just like that.
Okay. I'll stop bothering.
With that, yeah, conversation like that goes on for a little bit, and you think you're getting used to the smell of this stuff until there's a moment where everyone has to make a Constitution saving throw to see if they're overwhelmed by the smell.
No.
The smell of what?
The leftovers that are your servant's been cleaning them off, but it has kind of permeated the ship.
+5 to everybody.
Oh, hell yeah.
Constitution?
This is impossible for me normally.
Constitution saving throw, yes.
Actually, no.
Is it 16 or less?
In this case, it's wait, what?
20.
I was just curious
Okay.
if we got double.
Let's see. I got
So what do we got?
19, 21.
Okay.
32.
Okay. It's not a hard pat. It's not a hard one,
Penalties,
but
man.
14.
okay.
No.
Yeah.
19.
All right.
Because of my bonus.
Cool.
For meta.
Nice.
And a awesome 26 for myself.
Wow. You guys only needed a 12. So there's a moment where you're like, this thing might be making me nauseous, but well, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. And you guys kind of whatever
I'm
you
pretty sure
do.
It's just the fact that I took over double, or not double, I took half my HP in
Yeah.
necrotic
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah. You're like you're swooning, and you're like, is it that? No, it's not the smell. It's
Yeah,
that I'm
because
that
we've
I.
been having this conversation, I was just like bleeding out.
You're like,
Well,
Just
it's
a
an
little cra-
enervation rate. It's more necrotic. It's like
you,
sapping your life, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't
He's
think
like
it's eating
dr-
your physical
yeah.
injuries.
I guess this isn't the first time Oz just looked like unwell.
So, you all continue to travel, and let's do a percentile die. Or Ryan, we'll let you want to roll for us? Okay, roll percentile for us. That's how far we're going to get to our destination.
That is 59.
59%. Okay, so you guys continue to travel, and
Do we get to take a short rest? Maybe?
Or a long rest.
it's going to be so.
Well, we don't-
Traditionally, in the ethereal plane, it would be 24 hours. Whatever the case, so if you guys wanted to try and take a long rest, you could. But you're getting 59% of the way to where you're going. As far as Groth Arbog's understanding of it is,
Yeah, well,
you're
that's-
59% to the Shadow Fringe.
I'm gonna
Okay,
get
so we'll
some
get
rest.
new
You
percentile
guys,
die.
I recommend you do the same, unless you're dead and you can't.
Okay. And so we will say that if you want to take a long rest, we'll say that takes 8 hours to travel that 60%.
I use the rest of the time lifting weight, going back to lifting weights.
Okay. So you guys can take the long rest. It is so for the sake of it being 8 o'clock, we could and Meadow's gone. We could stop there.
That seems fair to me.
Let's see. The ethereal plane. When you guys come up to the deck to check on things after your long rest, the Elven crew has finished cleaning the deck, and some of them have also done some orderly things with the bodies. And I remember now that I think Giblet or someone had cast that thing. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. On at least some of them. But they've been organized like flowers of sack in their sacks of flour. Wow.
Flowers of sashes.
I mean, they really are.
Like sacks of flour
Listen, I
in your mid deck.
mean, that's fine.
And the ethereal plane has started to change. You're used to the swirling energies of it at the edge of your vision. And that has shifted to something slightly more ominous, where it's usually fairly neutral gray. The shadows, as you've gotten closer to this shadow fringe, you're not there yet. But instead of having kind of this neutral gray mist at the edge of your sight, 120 feet out from the ship or so, you notice that every now and then the shadows have, like crew members will mention that it looks like faces sometimes, or it looks like something darker than it has been. That the shadows are deeper, or that they're elongated, that sort of thing. And that effect begins to happen when you notice when you all come out of your long rest time. So
That's disconcerting.
yeah,
Oh, I'm sure it's fine.
yeah, and we'll say you're roughly 59% of the way to your destination.
Before we end, can I just like do another sending? Like I want to do like
Yeah.
progress updates every session end.
Sure.
Um,
So to your patron,
Boss, yeah.
to your boss.
Killed a zombie beholder. Told my new allies about you. Hope that's okay.
Loving
Heading
kisses.
to the Shadow Fringe. Hope I won't die. Best regards, me.
I love your awesome.
XOXO.
Yeah, it sounds like a love letter.
Yeah.
What if it is? We don't know yet.
It's true. We don't know the relationship between him and
And
his boss.
you'll get a long kind of growled response.
Yes.
Alright.
Sounds like a.
So it
Sounds
is a
good.
love.
Yeah.
Whoa.